Hold on. Wait a minute. I gotta like start with applause and shit. Right? Hold up. Can y'all hear me? Are we good? I'm gonna let the applause go to full time. But I don't want to hear nothing about it. God damn it. Shout out to again, man. Shout out to the Crusaders is in the building. I see y'all. Y'all got the chat turned up, going crazy. Leaves all over the chat, man. This is what I love to see, man. Welcome to Crew Season, man. If you hadn't liked it, make sure that y'all like the stream on the walk-in. Y'all know how we give it up just to show love, man. Likes is free. We appreciate all y'all for being here. It's gonna be a hell of a show tonight, man. Today I'm, accompanied by some amazing guests. Amazing guests. First and foremost, Miss B. Taylor is in the building with us this evening. This is gonna be a hell of a show, man. I'm looking forward to it. Queen Sheba is in the building with us today. Ricky Williams is in the building with us today. The man himself.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
It's just so lit, bro. And OT himself is in the building. I can't wait, man. It's going to be one of them ones. Uh-oh. It's Andre tonight. Tonight. Oh, Lord. Miss Kelly.
Sorry I'm late.
It's all good. Miss Kelly has made her way to the stage. She is in the building as well. It's going to be one of the ones, man. See, my boy O say he Andre tonight. If y'all like loyal Crew Season listeners, then y'all already know what that means. It's gonna be good. But yeah, welcome. Like I said, welcome, man. It's gonna be a hell of a topic we talking about tonight. We talking about struggle love, man. And it comes in so many different forms, so many different waves, especially in this era. Like it is damn near accepted. And we definitely gonna work our way to it. But first and foremost, just for icebreaker, I just want to get y'all a definition because we gotta lay some foundation, we gotta lay some groundwork. Y'all know how we do when we first get in here. How do y'all define the term ride or die? Because we hear that all the time, in terms of, I need a woman that's gonna ride with me, man, until, through all my ups and my downs, she was there, this type of thing. Like we see, engagement pictures and a lot of the captions say something similar to that. So I just want to get y'all a definition, man. Like when y'all hear the term ride or die, what comes to mind? Miss Queen Sheba, we're gonna start with you first since you're new to the panel. Welcome.
All right. Let's get this party started. Welcome, kings and queens. I'm Queen Sheba. I will get it started. What comes to mind when I hear the word ride or die? Probably in my 20s, I thought, you know what? I'm down. I'm down for him. We're going to ride or die. But now that I have a little bit more experience and I've been around the block a few times, when I think about ride or die, it's like either you coming or it ends here. So it could be a little bit of toxicity in there, ride or die. Like really, you have no option. So that's what comes to mind for me.
Oh, it started already. B. Taylor. How would you define ride or die? Like, you know what I'm saying? I need me somebody that's gonna ride or die with me. What comes to mind?
Probably a few years ago, it was defined as you ride through anything. Thick, thin, broke, poor, cheating. No matter what this man did, you stuck beside him and defended him. I don't know if that's what it was supposed to be, but now that's what it's turned into. And that's why a lot of women are like, I'm not riding or dying for nobody because I'm not, why we got to die? Like, why can't we just ride somewhere? Why you got to take us somewhere to die? That's my definition.
Well said. Miss Kelly, how would you define ride or die? Like when you hear that, what comes to mind?
So this might sound weird, but I think of it from a biblical perspective. Like if you really love someone, like you would give your life for them. So I think about it. So when I think about it, I think of my father. Like I know that if something ever happened and he had to do something to defend himself or a situation, all he had to do was call me and say the word. Not that this has ever happened, but I would make sure I was there for him no matter what. Like where shovel, black trash bag where we need to bury the body. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna do anything I can to make sure my father doesn't go to jail, because I know if he did something, it was because he had to. So if I ever felt that way about a man, like if I'm riding for you, like, don't worry, it's us against everything. I'm here for you no matter what. I'm gonna ride for you. That's what I think. Like, but if I don't feel that way about you, I'd be like, why did you call me? I don't know who you are.
No,
Please
well,
depend.
Wrong number, sir. Wrong number.
right. We is not on that level. Mr. Ricky Williams, the man himself.
Yeah, man. Ride or die, man. Shit, you can't be a ride or die unless you married. Just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Ride or die means no matter what. Once we lock this chain, once it's us, it don't matter. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? We doing everything. It's not one way. It's both ways. I'm gonna ride and die for you. What's up? What's happening? Right? What's happening? No matter what. No matter what. Because we should have been friends before any of this went down. But I don't know. I'm one of the people that don't turn on my friends. I'll never turn on my friends. I'll never do it. You'll have to stab me first because I'm not gonna do it. All right. Shit happens.
That's a
Bonnie and
fact.
Clyde.
OT.
Wait,
When you
Ricky,
hear
are
ride
we
or
friends?
die.
Are we friends, Ricky?
Are we?
I felt like we were.
Man, say you've been a little shaky lately. We trying to, you know what I'm saying? Your friendship is under investigation, but we're gonna settle that later.
Yeah, behind the scenes, I got checked.
It's
So.
not enough room up here for all that personal shit. No.
Straight up. OT, when you hear ride or die, man, you know, we didn't discuss this a million times over, but I still want you to give your take. When you hear ride or die, what comes to mind?
So first off, it's Andre today. Summa cum laude of sleeves, you alum. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't know about Andre. But I think back in the day, you know, we would hear ride or die. It was through like thick and thin, like the worst of the worst, the cheating, fighting, arguing, all that stuff. So back in the day, I think it was more so overall, that's how people looked at it, was just, you know, the worst of the worst. Like no matter what we go through, it's me and you going through drugs together, you going to jail, I'm going to jail, I'm bailing you out, we fight as soon as you get back. Like it was always like that. But I think for me the real definition is just shit, someone who's about you, understanding the journey that you taking, and they either riding for you or they dying out there somewhere else. Because wherever I'm going, you know, it's gonna be nice. Well, whatever that looks like, you with me. So
Yeah, I would agree, man. I think, you know, when I hear ride or die, of course, I think of the wrong things. And that's because of how we was programmed and how we was raised. Let's just be honest. People put a lot of weight, a lot of stock, a lot of pride in dealing with bullshit over an extended period of time, and then coming on the other side and say, "Oh, well, yeah, we made it. You know, we went through. You know what? I cheated on her. I put my hands on her. You know, whatever. She stayed around. I cussed her mama out. You know, called said her sister was fat. All type of shit. She stayed and she rolled with me through this whole thing. And baby, I just want to say that I appreciate you. And that, you know, y'all know how niggas be getting emotional on these posts and stuff. You know, when engagements, things of that nature happen. So that's what comes to mind, like initially. But again, the older you get, the more informed you are, especially if you're in a, you know, healthy relationship. So now I see it as, and I'm a quote Ricky. He said something that was profound a few weeks back. He said, like, instead of like I love you means one thing, right? But I got you means a totally different thing. And when he said that, it hit me in the chest, because love is conditional. Love is fickle. Love is, you know, whatever. Like if you could cheat on somebody tomorrow, and y'all can go from loving each other to not loving each other, right? Love is conditional. But when somebody say I got you, that's totally different. That mean ups and downs. That mean like if you're going through mental situations, you know, if you married, and you know, of course, if y'all got kids, then y'all know what I mean. Postpartum, different things like that. Like situations like that arise. I got you. I'm not gonna tuck and run. I understand it's gonna be rough, but I know what it is that I signed up for, especially in terms of marriage, wives, and husbands. Like we took that vow under God, to where regardless of what happens, I got you. Even if we get divorced, I got you. If you ain't gonna, it ain't gonna never be an emergency situation. You call me and I'm just like, well, you know what, man, we ain't together no more. I ain't got to do with that. Figure it out. No, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what riding and dying is. That mean that like just undying loyalty is what it is, and it has to be both ways. And that's what I hate. Like a lot of times it'll be a one way situation. You got one person relationship just doing whatever the hell they want to do until they get tired of it, and then it's like, oh, I can give you a gold medal for riding and dying, riding and dying with me through all that bullshit. Men and women. Let's just call it space, but it ain't just men.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, but again, I think it's more so just undying loyalty. Like, are you gonna really ride for me when shit gets bad? Because it's easy to ride when shit get good. Like we all got friends that come around. You got a new promotion, you making more money, or you getting a, section at the club, you going out party, shit like that. Like when things is great, everybody riding and dying. Everybody
up when you up, baby.
That's a fact. That's my dog. Yeah, that's my. We go back to, man. Yeah, I knew him when he was da 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 da. Like you getting all that when it's going good, but when it go bad, shit get distant. Shit get silent. Shit get lonely. And in comparison to what that ride or die number normally is, you know what I'm saying. So I think is in those times to where you really see like who got me, like who really got me. So yeah, that's how I would define it, which brings me to my next question, right? In terms of like how we often see that phrase used is in terms of like a man talking to a woman. But I want to ask y'all, like, do y'all feel like in general that like men are willing to ride or die for their woman, given the same circumstance in reverse?
Nope. When I see those engagement photos where the man is saying, "Oh, she's a ride or die. We've been through so much, thick and thin," I immediately be like, "Yeah, he cheated," and she stayed, and she put up with the BS, and she dealt with it, and she rided it out for him. But men don't do the same. Men,
What if she cheated and he stayed?
nah, that's men. I don't know, y'all egos and pride. Y'all just
It happens more than you think, and men don't talk about it.
It does.
Right? They private. They keep their business to themselves.
Nah, they tell their homeboys and family members and destroy that woman's character.
I feel like the right man, the right kind of man would ride or die.
Yeah.
You can go ahead, Queen Sheba.
Don't appreciate them type of men.
I agree with Kelly. My husband's ride or die. My husband will give his life for me. I can say that without hesitating. I know that for a fact. But every other man that before him, I probably wasn't.
Could you say that again? What you said about your husband? I just want to see your eyes again when you say
it. He would give his life for me.
Aww.
Yeah, he wouldn't hesitate. I know that for a fact. It's just we've had certain conversations. Houston can be very dangerous. We're licensed to carry. He's given me specific instructions. If we ever get in a situation, this is what you do. Don't worry about me. I'm the man. I feel like God has given me everything that I need in life. Once I had love, my life was complete. So death is like nothing when it comes to my family. So my husband will ride or die for me. But I got to lean towards Brittany now. Prior to that, kissing a few frogs, no, they wouldn't have given a damn. But it's the right one.
I agree. So I would say this about my father. So I base every man off my father because he was amazing. But I would say that no matter where we went, I always felt safe. I always felt like if something's going to happen, it's going to happen to him first because he's going to put himself in harm's way before he'll let anything get to me. So I look for like that type of mentality when I'm talking to a gentleman. And the guy I'm dating now, like I've never had a guy say this to me in my life. He was like, if you lost a leg, he said, if you were paralyzed, he was like, I would still love you. I would still think you're beautiful. I would still push you in a wheelchair and put your dress on. We'd still go to restaurants together. He said, because you'd still be beautiful to me. And I was like, what? What? Like, that was just so amazing. Guys don't say that. They'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm still going to go on that ski trip. You have fun here at the house. I'm going to go. Like
ski trip. He got
Yeah, 'cause
money, huh? He got some money, huh? Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I've had guys be like, yeah, if you were on crutches, I would break up with you. What? So I think the right kind of man would. And a guy that makes me feel like my father made me feel, I feel like he's a keeper. So
Well said. Real quick before we get to the fellas, man, we gotta pay some bills really quickly. Shout out to my dog JR in the building. The man himself with the 50 piece, man. If y'all ain't tapped into the Repeat Network, what the hell y'all doing? Get over there and subscribe right now if y'all ain't subscribed already. That's family right there. We got next. Bilal Ali in the building. That's Patreon right there. That's family as well.
Okay.
That's baby cuz right there.
That's bro right. They say this beatbox got me looser than the stressed out rubber band. Y'all be blessed. Show my kinfolk some love. And Ricky, that mic drop last live was hard. I'm gone. Hey, man, salute Ali.
I do it for y'all, man. I do it for y'all.
Straight up, man. That shit was hard. Chef in the building. What up, G? That's my dog right there. Family as well. Appreciate you coming through. He say peace and love and light to my guys in the panel in the chat. Love to you too, gang. Who else we got? Congo English in the building. We appreciate you, bro. Love. Y'all boys is coming through heavy early, man. Just want to say that we definitely appreciate it. But all right, fellas, man. Like, do y'all feel like men are as willing to ride and die as we expect women to be?
Men, yes. Males, no. Males, no. Men, no doubt. It's part of the job description. You know what I'm saying? When he put in his resume, give you his name, his address, credit score, real shit at the top. Off bat, right? You got to be that way because, like I said, you got to provide a place so you can foster your wife's femininity. Yeah, she should be feminine off bat, right? But you got to give her a place to grow. You got to give her a place where you can harbor it, right? So, but that's like I be saying, bro, a lot of y'all be dating, one, without intentions, and two, y'all be messing with people y'all don't even like. Y'all not even friends. Y'all not even really cool like that. You know what I'm saying? These are the conversations. These are conversations you're supposed to be having before you even slide up in that girl, man. Before you even see her panties, these are the conversations y'all supposed to be having. Right? But it's like I said, you know, ladies, sometimes, most of y'all, not all, nobody on this panel. Right? The shit's so seamless, right? It's so effortless. It's so built in our DNA that y'all see it and don't even recognize it and don't appreciate it. That's facts. Because it's so ingrained, y'all feel y'all entitled to it. That's how prevalent it is. That's how comfortable it is. That's how tight it is when you with a man that's really about his business. You like, that's what he's supposed to do. When you know with all them other dudes before him, you know the ones you gave it up to early. Right? The ones when you was, I'm out here having fun. This is what we talking about within inequities. If you got a man and you got a history and it's still with you, you should worship that man. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. I don't give a damn how special you think you are. Another man taking on another man's children or another man's hurt, another woman's baggage, y'all should be praising. Y'all should be cleaning his goddamn shoes. Because the man you allowed to do it wasn't good enough. But you still let him shoot that club up. Get all that good loving. And he can't even put food on your fucking table.
Your fucking table.
Damn.
They don't know about that, Rick.
Damn.
That's sad.
I'm supposed to follow up behind that.
Hey, real quick before you go, man, let's welcome Syed out to the stage.
Welcome, Syed out.
Straight up. I'm not sure what round of applause, but it's a fact. Welcome Syed to the stage.
Can you hear me?
Man. Yeah.
Yes.
You good. You good. And real quick, man, salute to my dog Jason, man. I did not miss you, gang. We definitely appreciate you pulling up. Get those likes up, man. That's a fact. And where we at on likes? Too low, y'all. Everybody, if you ain't liked it already, man, make sure y'all tap in and like the stream, man. We appreciate everybody. Shout out to all the Crusaders in the building, man. Let's get this thing rocking. Go ahead, O. In terms of riding and dying, do you feel like men are as willing to do so as we expect women to be?
Absolutely. You feel me? Like just like Ricky's saying, it's in our DNA. It's second nature. Like that's what we that's one of our purposes in life is to do that. But it's for the right woman. And a lot of times these women not acting like they want to be the one. Let's just talk about it. I mean, the market is skewed because a lot of women have made it that way. They want to own the, I can dress half naked if I want to. Y'all can't tell me nothing. I'm gonna still get this bag, and you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me how to wear my hair. You can't tell me how to wear makeup. Nothing. Me can't have no input. You want me to marry you, but I have no input on what you say. I mean, on what I say in this relationship. So yeah, men ride, but sometimes women make it hard. Like how you want me to drive, but you're over here always reaching over on the steering wheel. Or I know I didn't plug in the GPS already, but you want to say, well, I've been this way before, and this way is quicker. It's like let me do my thing. You know what I'm saying? And so until he got a woman that is open minded, understanding, and doesn't mind listening, which is another hard thing, you know. Um, we run into that wall. But yeah, men ride hard. Men ride hard, and I would say almost harder than women. I would almost say that. Women when they ride, they get obsessive. But it's out of love. It's out of love. You know what I'm saying? So, but men ride super hard. Men ride super hard. That's why, especially when he loves you, the way he explodes. You know what I'm saying, when he shows those emotions, because sometimes he can't control it. Like he ain't never had nobody like you before who made him that vulnerable before. So yeah, men ride hard, real hard.
Yeah, I would agree, man. I think oftentimes it get overlooked. And as I was asking this question, I was thinking about Smooth, and he tells this story a lot on this platform about how he willingly took the back seat so his old lady could advance, so his wife could advance in her career. And I feel like that right there is that happens way more than men get credit for. Most men like we not gonna step in the way of our woman's advancement, even if it's at our own detriment, because we feel like, well, we can figure it out. We gonna be able to get it on our own anyway. You know what I'm saying? So in terms of like, I would never say, you know what, I need you to, you know what I'm saying? I know you got aspirations of going and get your, master's and doctorate, but hold on. Let me get my situation together first. And then we might can come back around to you. Like most men are not doing that to the woman we love at all. We gonna tell you, go out there and get it. And we gonna make the necessary changes on the back end to make sure that the family life run seamlessly as you doing so. You know what I'm saying? So I think men definitely are willing to ride and die. It's plenty of times to where men meet a woman and she's not the woman that she needs to be, if we're gonna be honest here. Because I feel like men get way more grace in that regard. But let me slow down because we're gonna get to that very, very soon after this. But like men are more than willing to bring a woman from, I don't want to say down there, but not where she needs to be, and be patient with her and ride with her and actually pour into her and build her up. And you know what I'm saying, hey man, let me get you into this career that you're trying to get to, or let me be your motivation, your inspiration when you're going to work out, or you're trying to get your body back right, or whatever the case may be. And this is a man that loves you. We gonna move mountains to make that happen, because there's nothing more fulfilling to us than seeing you happy and seeing you content. You know what I'm saying? And you walking around the house with that swagger and that confidence and like that. Like that's what we get a kick out of. That's why we speak about all the time, like in terms of gift buying and buying presents and shit like that. Like men definitely appreciate it, sure. But we are 10 times more happier watching you and our kids open up gifts that we done, you know what I'm saying, broke our back to bring into this house. And then seeing that look on y'all face, you know what I'm saying? Like that, how that appreciative look, like that right there is the best feeling in the world to a man. You appreciating what it is that we provide. So in terms of, are we willing to ride and die? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we are. And in terms of even with the cheating situation, we speak about that a lot too. Way more men stay than admit to it. So that right there kind of skews the numbers. but way more men stay. If we're just gonna be honest, he may get mad, he may go out there and hit 100 women after, but he'll stay. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times. So yeah, I feel like men are just as willing, if not more, man, in terms of like riding and dying for the woman we love. Let me keep throwing that caveat out there. 'Cause if we just dealing with a regular chick, it ain't no riding and dying. Or a chick that we don't care that much about, it ain't no riding and dying. You ain't getting nothing special at all. You barely getting consistency out of us, let alone riding and dying. You barely getting your calls answered consistently. You barely getting to come over consistently. But in terms of like the woman we love, oh hell yeah. Men will run through a brick wall for that woman just to make sure that her path in life is easier. So that's my answer to that. But Saeda, you didn't get to answer the first one. And we was talking about like the subject today is struggle love. Part of struggle love, we hear this a lot, man. I need me a ride or die. I need me somebody that's gonna hold me down. So when you hear the term ride or die in terms of your partner, what comes to mind?
I think someone that has your back no matter what. And it's gonna be right next to you. It's gonna support you and understand you, because sometimes it's not just like, oh yeah, I support your crazy idea, but more like understanding as well. And if that person also thinks that it's a good idea, but can give you an advice or feedback, not taking it in a wrong way or negative way. So yeah, I think that's what comes to mind.
I would agree. And as far as the second question, just to catch you up, do you feel like, because oftentimes we'll hear the term like ride or die, and it's kind of tied to like women. So
Could you,
do you feel like, huh?
could you repeat that?
Oh, no,
Sorry.
no. I would say like oftentimes like when we hear the term ride or die, it's kind of tied to women. You know what I'm saying? I need me a woman that's gonna ride or die, man. She got to hold me down through this, that, and the third. So the question I ask is, do you feel like men are just as willing to hold our woman down, given the circumstance, as we expect women to be?
Yeah, when you asked the question, I was thinking for both ways. Like, but I know you were asking more like for the man side, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess also women need that, because hey, let not even talking about a woman that is into, working and succeeding, getting a career, but a woman that also can have issues in the house and problems like emotions going on, and then you also need that man that is going to support you and understand you, and then that's a compliment right there, like you're complementing each other. So I see it from both sides. You cannot just be one person's ride or die. You got to be both, like for each other. That's what you're complementing.
Equal investment, being equally yoked. We speak about it all the time. That's 1,000% true. Now, like I said, man, I told y'all we was gonna get into that little tidbit that I spoke about earlier a little more. Also, in terms of the ride or die and the struggle of, oftentimes we'll meet somebody and they're not necessarily where we would like them to be, or even where they would like themselves to be. You know what I'm saying? So, given that situation, like, how much grace do you feel like that person should be given at the age that we are at today? I don't give me the 22-year-old answer, the 21-year-old answer. At the age we at today, how much grace should that person be given in terms of getting to where they need to be? Queen Sheba, I'm gonna start with you on that one.
Zero tolerance. Take that in. Zero tolerance. And I'll pass the mic.
Jesus Christ. Kelly, what you think about that? How much grace should be given to that person? Now, don't get me wrong. Let me give a bit more context. You run into this person. Person's a good person, solid, loyal, but they just not quite where they need to be at. Whether it be from a career perspective, whether it be from a, he may still be out here running the streets a little bit, but he at the tail end of it. He getting ready to hang it up. He think about hanging it up. How much grace should that person be, given, if any?
At this age, I feel like a man should come correct. at this age. When I'm younger, sure, we got time to play around. But at this age, if you're still playing, go play. Just don't involve me in that shit. Have fun.
B Taylor, I'm interested in it. I'm interested in this, man. How much grace?
Why is Ricky shaking his head? I haven't even said nothing. look. I think, okay, my perspective is a little different. If that man had his life in order, and a lot of people, a lot of men, I feel like they do need a lot of grace because we're in a pandemic. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of businesses suffered and closed. A lot of people went into debt. And so I feel like when women, we sit here and be like, oh, don't come to me because you struggling right now. I do think that his priority should be getting his life together, but to just but if you've been with that person while they're struggling, women don't have grace and patience for a man who has lost his job. So if we want to go into that, I mean, I'm not going to give grace to a man who just don't have his stuff together and not trying at all, or had his stuff together and then lost it. But if we're talking about a special situation where this man is trying to get his life back on track after, a job loss or something like that, I think he definitely deserves some grace. But women are not going to give it because we have a time clock on how long that period can be.
Ricky, I see. I see you shaking your head. I'm very interested in this answer. How much grace should be given, man? You run into somebody that just ain't got it all the way together. You know what I'm saying? But you see, you know what I'm saying? You see dope qualities in them. You see potential in them.
Like, how much shit do they not have together though?
I mean, it could be like for example, again, just a bit more context. Like they may not have got the therapy that's like necessary. So they kind of struggling from an emotional perspective, or they struggling with insecurities here and there that they hadn't quite sorted out. But again, this is a good person, solid person, loyal. But that they have some issues. That they aren't finished product. You know what I'm saying? How much grace are you giving them to get that type of shit together?
If they're doing things to fix it, because I need grace as well. I'm still in the process of healing. So how am I gonna want a whole man to come correct and complete, and I'm not even complete? Like, I'm still in therapy sessions and trying to become a better person. So if you are a man who is healing, I do think that he should deserve some type of grace. Maybe I'm wrong in that. I don't know. I'm learning from y'all on this because I don't know.
Ricky,
as much grace as you would expect. As much grace as you would expect. Miss Queen show none, zero, nothing. Like you perfect. Like you perfect in this thing. Ain't nobody perfect. We all got our shit.
He didn't say perfection.
Right. Okay. Cool. Touche. Right. But as much as you expect. That's what's wrong with people. Y'all want to sit up there and judge people the way y'all don't even judge y'all goddamn selves. Everybody perfect. Everybody above it. As much as I want you to forgive me, is how much I should forgive you. Otherwise, shut the fuck up.
That's hilarious, but that's real.
I have a story. But
Go
I'll
for
wait.
it.
I'll wait.
Well, Ricky, you done? All right, go ahead. Go ahead, tell it.
Are you sure you don't want Mr. Andre Sleeves 1000 to go?
Sleeves 1000.
Wow.
I can't read it.
Sleeves 1000 is crazy. I'm not gonna let you do my dog like that.
What did it say? Sleeves you all. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
All right. Okay. We'll just save it real quick. We're gonna come to you. Look at that, giving.
But don't
grace.
forget, because I have a
Sleaze you
story.
alone.
Sleaze you alum. Mr. Andre, do you feel like how much grace should be given in terms of running into somebody that got, a little bit of potential, man? It's just something off. It's something ain't there. You know what I'm saying? They just ain't got it all the way together. How much grace are you giving them at this age today?
This age today. It depends on what the upside is. And how early on in the relationship. If it's super early, and if it's just a red flag, major red flag that is one for me. Insecurity is one of the reddest flags to me, and I can see that early. And if you showing that, there's nothing I can really do about that. No matter how much I'm in your corner, I'm your cheerleader. You insecure, you insecure. You're gonna find ways to be insecure. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's I'm complimenting you and you thinking I'm lying about it, or just not trusting me, anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of my biggest things, insecurity.
So you have a zero tolerance policy on insecure women?
Yep. Insecure dogs bite. They teach you that. You rather deal with an aggressive dog opposed to an insecure dog
At least you
because
know
they're
what
not
you're getting
sure
out
of
of it.
themselves. Those are the ones that bite and
Mhm.
attack.
Damn, that is
Queen Ship,
interesting.
you a whole queen out here.
Something I've learned working with human resources is that when a person or an employee is doing their performance pretty much and they're missing on their performance, you will want to give them a coaching or something, and you will notice the willingness that the person has to improve. That's something that you want. There are workable areas and things that are definitely not workable, but you want to concentrate on what if the person is willing to do it, because people will be like, okay, they need a little bit of adjustment or workaround, whatever, but is the person willing to do it? Because if a person is not willing to do anything about what they're, because you can talk to them and be like, hey, like this is going on, this is happening, and then the person is just no, not willing at all, then bye bye, right? The company will say, nope, we can't work with this because there's nothing that you can do with someone that is not willing to do any changes.
Now, see, I give a lot of grace and patience myself. So yeah, like if I have somebody, if you don't have that, if you can't match that with me, I'm cool on it because I understand that we both not perfect. We're gonna go through some things. I'm not about to nag you about the smallest stuff. Like I'm here for you, and I realize that there's some stuff you may not know, some stuff you maybe never come across. Sometimes you never met somebody like me, so you don't know how I may react or respond, or if I'm a little, I don't know, if I exaggerate a little bit, and you may not catch my jokes. So and you respond a different way. So it's things like that, that I need and look for. Because if you're not understanding, like it's I feel like understanding is like a base for me. Like there's so many different things that a lot of people talk about that they like. That's, oh, I hope I had this, I hope I had that, and I'm like, no, that's foundational for me. And if you can't do the foundational stuff, I'm cool on it, and I see it a lot of times a mile away.
It's a fact.
But I
That's why I
feel
feel
like
like vetting
men
is so
who,
important.
oh,
Go ahead,
so
Kelly. Go
sorry.
ahead.
I was saying men, I feel like men who communicate are very easy to please because you verbalize what you want. There's a lot of guys who don't even know what they want. They're just like, I don't know. But men who actually say, I like this, I want communication, I want you to be understanding, I want you to not be insecure. It's like, oh, boom, 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 super easy. Now you're happy.
I
Why
think
is
that
it
it's unrealistic to say no, every woman has some type of insecurity. I mean, it just depends on how big and loud that insecurity is and how much you're gonna let that control you. Because you
Of
could,
course, yeah, that's what I mean. Not like you just not a single one.
yeah.
It's just a matter how you let it play on you. Is
Hmm.
what I mean.
so men have insecurities too?
Yeah, they do.
Absolutely, hell yeah.
They do.
And
The
it's
whole
very
thing.
unattractive. An insecure man is horrible.
Y'all see how I got my Queen Sheba going on?
I see the energy, man. I see the
And
energy.
that's what I be saying.
Trying to
Everybody
be a princess next to the queen.
everybody got their own shit, man. Everybody going through something.
Right. And then also, I would say also grace, because I needed grace when I was single for so long and got into a relationship. I was healed in the aspect of being single, right? But when I had to be in a relationship, it was like, oh my God, I'm bringing in toxic things that I didn't even know that was still in me, and it was coming out and needed to be corrected. And I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't even be in a relationship. Or should he have grace for me? And I think it should be vice versa, because I am only 30. So it's just like, I don't have it all together. So I don't expect a man to have it all together. But I do think at a certain age, he had time, or a woman had time to fix those issues. But sometimes you don't even know you have those issues until you enter a relationship. So a lot of people may be great people single, but then once they get in a relationship, they're toxic.
That's very, very true. And that's why vetting is so important. You know, that's why I tell people all the time, like you should spend a lot of time like really vetting, not just enjoying the shit. Cause I know how easy it is when you meet somebody early, they attractive, y'all having fun, y'all chopping it up, y'all kicking it, and you just enjoying the moment. You just going along for the ride. You look up, you know, weeks done pass by, months done pass by, and it's like, okay, well, shit, we might as well just move to something serious. But you ain't really been vetting the way that you should be. You ain't really been analyzing, you know, certain behaviors. You ain't been analyzing her family. You ain't really been analyzing her upbringing and, you know, what triggers and different things that she got. You just think, oh, okay, well, we just got into a little spat or whatever. Ah, it's all good. We just move along. And it's easy to do that. You know what I'm saying? So by the time you run into the red flags and shit like that, you're already in love. So it's gonna be hard to leave at that point. But if you vetting the way that you should be vetting, and I mean like from a thorough analytical perspective, and I know, you know, we are humans and different things like that. But I mean, I always say that you should go about it the same way you do buying a house or the same way you do buying a car. You're not just gonna get to the first house. Oh shit, I love this house. Yeah, man. What I sign? It don't work like that. You gonna do background checks. You gonna study the neighborhood. What schools do they got around here for my kids that I may have one day? What's the insurance? How's the flooding around here? Like you gonna do thorough analysis. Like who was the past owners? Is it any? Okay, let me look at the walls. Let me get a estimator to come
Inspection.
out here and check shit. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that like you looking at you, no stone will be left unturned, and it should
Well,
be the same way in relationships.
sometimes you can tell good quality as soon as you see it.
Or you can assume what the quality is as soon as you see it,
Yeah,
but
the
you'll never know until you
expectations.
get for real.
You never
Those are
know.
expectations. No, you never know. Those are expectations.
Yeah, so
Something also important is that people tend to we all make mistakes. You know, we're not perfect. We all make mistakes. And someone said, how long is too long? You know, hey, I made a mistake on this. And then we communicate about it and say, hey, I'm not liking this. And then the person actually fixed the situation and then something else happened. That's another mistake. Why are you going to keep bugging and bringing something else that was a different situation, but you just like accumulating things and making it heavier instead of thinking, okay, this was an issue. Now we're working on a different situation. But most of the time, women is like, oh, he did this, bye. Instead of
But
working on that. Yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So I think it's like that's what I think it is, that we just look at that, you know, red flag that we call it now, instead of waiting, you know, okay, you know, he's not perfect, he got this, but hey, this is heavier and this is what he's doing, this is his good qualities. My grandma taught me, before you say something negative about someone, think about what are the good things that this person has, and then put it in balance and think about, like, you know, what is heavier, and then from there go, you know, like, hey, because I remember, you know, one ex-boyfriend I had, he was doing this same thing over and over and over again. It was the same thing like 3 4 times, and I was like, he was saying I'm sorry, and I was like, you know what, I grab a plate and I just broke it in front of him, and I'm like, say sorry to the plate. And he's like, what? Yeah, say sorry to the plate. But I was calm. I wasn't yelling or anything. And he's looking at me like, when you say sorry to the plate, you're not fixing anything. You're just saying sorry to something that is already broken. You know, keeping saying sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, it's not fixing anything. But if I see you at least trying to gather the pieces together, trying to glue them together and fixing it, that's something different. I would say, okay, he's willing, he's trying. But at this point, you're just saying, I'm sorry. And it's meaningless
Yeah, it's
if
just
there's
words.
no action or change behind it.
Yeah.
I'm about to
I
be
think
breaking plates.
I think sometimes we confuse grace with long suffering, and there's a distinct difference. Because I can show you grace and dismiss you so that you can go find better. I don't think staying and suffering is equivalent to grace. And that's just my perspective on that. And I think women have a hard time separating the two. Men are very clear. I think Ricky said it. I'm not dying for you if you just some day-to-day chick. You're lucky if you get consistency. You're lucky if you get that. Whereas women are like, well, give him a chance. And I think sometimes women intertwine grace with long suffering, and we stay too long. That's just my opinion.
Because of
And
the
to what Sahira
expectations.
said, you said that if you see a red flag, you wait to see if it's really a red flag. I feel like there are yellow flags, like caution, hold, let me just check and see what this is. But once it's a red flag, there's no changing that. That's a red flag. That's like a stop, halt, go in the opposite direction. No. But yellow flags, like, okay, this is caution. Let me just watch this a little bit closer. But once it's red, you get too many of those. Like, what are you staying for?
But the problem with this is that while this is happening, we already allow him or gave him access to something. And we shouldn't. That's the thing. We shouldn't give that. It doesn't matter how they behave. It doesn't matter what they say. If you're there, if you're, replying messages, you're going out with him, show him that you're not there for money, but he is pushing just for that. It's obvious that that's all he wants. Because a man that will want something serious, he will express it. He will say it. But
how come you can't be there for money?
No, I'm just saying.
I think money is necessary in a relationship. But let me pause just to kind of see what everybody else thinks.
What was your question, Queen Sheba? I didn't hear.
I said, how come you can't be there for money? Why is that bad?
Like if you're there just for that, because I hear a lot of, here in the panel, people saying, oh, why did you show up for the date if you're not even interested in the man? So men expect you to show your interest by giving them, right, that. And so I'm here in the date, I'm
it
here,
was a
I show
conversation
up.
we had last week about
right.
paying for a date.
I reply to
not
messages. So I am showing my interest if I am showing my interest, but I need the time to get to know you. So in my case, I'm just speaking for me. I need time to get to know the person, and I take the time to get to know the person, and I don't BS around. I'm like, if I see something I don't like it, I address it immediately on the spot. I don't care. I don't care.
And that red flag, like you were saying, that red flag, how he know it's a red flag to you? Because we people, right? A lot of things people do, they'll do that bother you just because that's the way they are. And you have it registered a red flag, and you stop. Again, in most cases, stop. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. When you haven't even addressed and came into an understanding with that person of what that is.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Conversation, it's a communication.
Addressing doesn't mean cutting the person off. Like you can say, "Hey, why are you doing this?" Or
no,
because
a discussion.
Well, what's an example of a red flag then?
I can give you one. I can give you an example. So this guy, we haven't even met. Okay, at this point, like we were talking like for a month and a half. We haven't met yet in person. But I went out one day and I posted a picture, and it was like 4 men and I was the one in the middle. But like there was no other ladies around at the moment that the picture was taken. So I was just there. And I don't know, in his culture, I guess it's very common for women to do activities with multiple men at the same time. But when he insinuated that, I was like offended. I'm like, what? And you're saying this and we haven't even met and you're assuming all this. I feel really offended. So from that moment, I was like, it was a warning in my head for some reason. And then I started noticing that he was very insecure. Like he was very jealous. He was telling me why, I was going out with these people, why was, men around. And I was like, okay, they are my coworkers. Like I work with people, men and women. So he would show things like this.
You stayed to give him a chance to get to know him after he offended you?
Right. No. Like I was like just talking to him, like, nah. But in fact, yes, I would say, I'm not going to lie. I was like, is this something that I felt offended? That's different that it was his intention to offend me. That's different because I also know how to handle my emotions. I'm like, am I taking it this way? Or he actually meant to say that? So I was like, I asked him like, hey, is this normal in your culture? Or is this something that you usually do? Because it's like, we're totally from different cultures. So I had to confirm. Sometimes I misunderstood as well because of the language barrier. So I was like, hey, is it me that I'm taking it this way, or you try to say it this way? So when I address it, he obviously had to say, no, you misunderstood that. So that's what I'm saying. I address it and I gave him the chance, like, oh, okay, so he didn't mean to say that. But later on, little by little, he was showing more. And I was like, no, he actually meant that. And I rewinded the tape and I was like, when that happened, he actually meant to say that. But at that time, I was already like, nah, I'm not dealing with this.
So for me, like an example of a red flag is like hands-on. Like you don't stay to find out they're gonna do it twice. If someone puts their hands on you, that's an obvious red flag.
That doesn't start with physical. When someone is going to put hands on you, it doesn't start with physical. It starts with verbal abuse, emotional abuse. That's how it starts.
Right. So for me, also yelling at me is a red flag.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's
if we're two
that's
adults,
a verbal abuse.
why can't we have a conversation? Why do you need to raise your voice? And I get some people get passionate, they get emotional, their voice is elevated. But if you're yelling at me and we can't properly converse, to me that's a red flag. And I will address it because to some people, maybe in relationships, that's how they were raised. Like their mom yelled at their dad or their mom yelled at them, and that's how they think they need to have a conversation. But once I let you know this is a boundary and I'm not okay with it, if you continue to do it, red flag. I'm not going to stick around for you to just yell at me. I'll have the conversation. If it continues, now that you know this boundary is established, I'm out. And I don't think that's wrong. I don't think I need to stick around to figure out, are you going to do it 3 times? Mm-mm.
All right. On that note, man, we're gonna bring up Miss Kayla to the stage.
What up?
Kayla, where's your tiara?
I literally just came from an event. I don't have my tiara with me. But
We're trying to be like Queen Sheba over here.
I love it though. I love that. I'm into that.
So cute.
Thanks, Boo. How y'all feeling tonight?
Amazing.
Sorry, my voice might be like because I was hosting a red carpet.
You kind of raspy right now, Kayla. You kind of raspy.
I know. I was hosting a red carpet and like interviewing people for the last few hours, so gotta bear with me.
Nah, it's all good, man.
That's that reality TV show celebrity situation.
I don't know.
You see the stunt? You see the stunt? She got it all smooth though. You got to give it to her. She did it smooth. But all right, man, real quick, man, before we get into Kayla's thoughts, we gotta pay some bills real quick, man. Salute to the Crusaders in the building, man. Y'all is on y'all shit. Shout out to JC, shout out to Anime. I see y'all jumping right on the spam. People saying disrespectful shit, getting booted. I love that energy, man. That's why I made y'all mods. Salute to the mods. Salute to all the Crusaders, man. I need to see leaves in the chat right now if you listening to what I'm saying. Also, if you have not liked the stream, make sure that y'all stop and like the stream. If y'all are enjoying what y'all are hearing, this is dope conversation and it's about to get better. So we definitely appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Leaves in the chat. First and foremost, shout out to Joe Thompson with the 10 piece. He said, shout out to the crew +1. Ricky, did you hit what I said? Keep spitting, fellas, while the audience take notes. Joe, we appreciate you, gang. Let me see. Hold tight. This thing be acting weird sometimes. Gerald Fontenot in the building says, as a man, I don't believe in struggle love. A man should get himself together financially before dating. That way he has leverage in the dating game. That is a fact. We say it all the time. Broke people should not be dating, especially men. Broke men should be focusing on getting to a bag and securing some structure. So when you run into the right woman, it could be a seamless transition. I definitely agree with that. Congo English in the building with the 20 piece. Trilla understood. I appreciate you, G. Hold on. Miss KA in the building. Welcome.
What's happening?
What's happening? She says, hey, y'all, much love to the whole panel. What up, Trill and Kelly? Miss K Future. Miss K, we appreciate you pulling up, man, for sure. You know you family. Congo English back again with another 20 piece. See, I keep forgetting Congo Rich, man. Y'all gotta he said, no grace at all. A man should understand his vernacular. That's a fact. That's a fact. Booker Ronan in the building with the 20 piece. Salute to the crew and Crusaders. However, struggle love is more than fiscal failure. Yet it's piss poor communication plus unrealistic demands and expectations. Beautiful bums and handsome holocausts were never were never meant to mix well. I would agree with that 100%. Booker on it back again with the 5P says you can never have a healthy relationship to those who are married to their negative narratives. You'll always end up emotionally homeless. I don't think I've ever heard emotionally homeless before. Gerald Fano back again. He says, I made the mistake in overinvesting into women goals. I have low tolerance for women who don't have to take initiative in their happiness goals or hobbies. That's a fact. Your happiness is definitely not
My
that other person's
responsibility.
responsibility.
Facts.
It's real rap. Honest Citizen in the building says, ladies, have you passed over good men due to vibes?
Of course.
Ladies, y'all want to take that one?
What is a good man? Like, I mean, these men be good man. I'm a good man. I passed him up because there was no chemistry. Even when we kissed, there was nothing. It
right. So do the vibes, right? So do the vibes.
Exactly.
You went vibe with them.
It's just like, why I'm only with you because I'm literally using you for your future. I'm not interested in you. I don't like you. I'm not attracted to you. I gotta force my attraction to you. Like, why do men want that? Just because you want me and I don't want you, but you so-called this good man, we just don't connect. And that's okay. That's okay.
The answer is yes. We have.
Yeah,
We probably all have.
We definitely have. If you can't vibe, I don't
you.
know.
Thank you.
I don't know what I
That's
can
all we
do.
was asking.
I don't know what I can do because I mean,
Go ahead, Michaela. Go ahead.
the vibes are important, and like how that person's energy meshes with yours is important.
Mm-hmm.
You guys being on the same frequency and vibration. So if we're not, I mean, you being a good guy is great, and I want you to stay a good guy. So I'm gonna leave you alone.
Exactly.
Sure, what did you say yesterday? Good guys are boring.
Actually, I have a story. I'm like Kelly. I have a story.
Story time.
I didn't get to tell my story yet.
That's true. That's
too
true.
late. Too late.
The moment has passed.
Damn.
The moment has
I'll
passed.
put myself out
straight like that.
It was a guy I was dating in college. It was between him and my baby daddy. Big mistake, obviously. It was between me and another girl. He's chased after me for 2 years, and I tried to connect with him. We went on dates, we made out and everything. And I was like, I think you should choose this other girl because she's stalking me down on social media because she wants you and she's more invested. And he was like, no, but I want you. And I was like, yeah, but it's not a connection there. I didn't tell him that. I just told him that he's better with her because I just couldn't force myself to connect with him. I couldn't get turned on. I couldn't do anything. And I don't know why it was like that. I just was not attracted to him and we didn't connect on like a deep level of the conversation. He wasn't like a friend to me. It was just straight based off of we are doing our thing. You got a future. I got a future. Let's be together. Maybe he felt differently, but he
didn't have big dick energy.
No, it's not that he didn't have that. He had that.
He wasn't handsome enough.
No, I think he was adorable.
He wasn't handsome enough. You heard
there
adorable?
Hold on, babies.
Adorable?
Like a puppy.
Babies are adorable. Babies are
He thought he was cute, but he wasn't fine.
He wasn't even cute.
He
wasn't fine, but he was cute. Like
he wasn't even cute. He was tolerable.
He was tolerable, and I couldn't get there, and I cut it. I just while we were making out, and I just said, you know what, I gotta go home. And he got pissed and mad, and was like, "You always playing these games with me."
They hate that.
You're not fine enough for me. That's what it was.
Wait a minute. You were kissing him and then you left?
Yep.
Yeah, it was in the
Oh,
middle.
I've definitely done that before. I'm like, ew, that was so bad.
When I see you, I don't want to jump your bone.
Whatever, nigga.
That's what it was.
You was thinking about that other dick. That's what you was doing.
But shouldn't you want your wife to want you? Like, shouldn't you want her?
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Shouldn't you want her to want you, to look at you and be like,
yes,
He's
every
so
time.
fine. Yeah.
okay,
So look, he went with the other girl. They're now married. And I'm not going to name him, but he's a big time sports reporter for ESPN. And he's very, very, very successful. I got a beautiful family and I'm happy for him. And people could look at me and be like, look how you turned out. And that's fine. But I said,
do you have any regrets?
I mean, I did have like a think back, like, dang, like, you know, that could have been me. But also, I don't think I was good for him anyway.
You gave him grace
I
so
gave,
that he could leave.
yeah, and he got
That's what I said. Leave him
Yeah.
alone.
He's
So he
happy
can
and he's
stay a
happy.
good
He's happy.
guy
woman that was,
and go make somebody else happy.
yeah, exactly. Because I probably would have destroyed him. So,
Oh, don't get me wrong. He was still hurt though. He was.
yeah,
He was
Facts.
definitely
He
still
was.
hurt.
for
Mm-mm.
sure.
The right
Can I
thing to
tell my
do is to
story
leave them
now?
alone. And that's something that men don't do. And it's so frustrating because we do this. And I feel like we're such good people for doing this. Like, just leave him alone. But like, men will like feel that way, but still like smash and try to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though they feel exactly that way, that like they don't feel the chemistry, they don't feel the vibe, whatever. They don't really feel like we have anything in common, or the conversation's not potent, but they will still try to like.
But you have a vagina, so yeah.
It's so frustrating.
that
It's just like,
matters.
leave her
Yeah.
alone. You know you don't want her. Tell her to stop. Like, tell her to like, thank you so much. I appreciate the gesture. I
No,
appreciate
nope, don't do
you
it,
doing
fellas.
this for me.
Nope,
You
don't do it,
bringing me
fellas.
lunch or whatever over the top thing she's trying to do to secure you. I appreciate you cleaning up. I don't know, whatever she was doing, but
feel
like,
like
be like,
Don't do
I'm
it.
good.
I feel like men
guys,
have
don't
like
do it.
I feel like in a relationship, men have like a stove. They have like the 4 burners, and they have no problem leaving women on the back burner. Like I got my front ones.
Let me add
Don't
this
do
in
it.
first, because y'all trying to come for me. First of all,
Don't do
the
it.
guys that I chose from my baby
Who's
dad.
coming for you?
No, I'm just saying, because y'all trying to come for me like, oh, my baby dad that I did choose, even though we didn't end up together, he is very smart and he works for NASA and makes a lot of money. So don't sit here and try to play me like I just chose a scrub. Okay?
Nobody said
It's the
that.
chat.
Just
She going for the
wanted to
chat.
clear it up.
Oh,
In case there
it's
was
the
any
chat.
I thought you said stay out the chat.
I don't look at the chat.
Here's something for me a little too hard.
Don't
look
look.
at the chat.
Don't listen to Kayla, man. Don't listen to Kayla. Don't listen to Kayla talking about just leave her alone. Ride it out, my guys. Stretch it out as long as you can. Be plastic, man.
This is what we're promoting in the
Be
community.
plastic, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Because last week y'all were promoting, hey, there's simps out there. You know, he need to practice discernment.
Yeah, and I do my very
discernment.
best.
She need to practice discernment,
I
fellas.
do my very best to leave simps alone. I turned down a lot of shit. Okay. I really leave simps alone. I just leave them alone. Like, I don't know what you mean. I think that's the best thing you can do. If you're not truly interested in them, leave them alone. Do not let them do things for you. Do not like,
don't let them fly you out. Don't let them fly you out.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Don't cuddle with them when you ain't got no intentions.
Right.
I made that mistake. I cuddled.
I know. That's why I said it.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't let
cuddling
anybody
is
touch
crazy.
me if I'm not
If
interested.
she is doing
I
it,
don't want
fellas,
you
if she is
touching me.
doing it, ride it out. So you wait with Marine sniper like patience, my guy. That's what you do.
Crazy.
That's a fact.
It's crazy.
I have a story. Can I
If
tell
you
it?
hold on long enough.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Kelly.
Tell us the story.
So I went on a date with a guy. This was like a year ago, maybe. And he asked me on a date. And he was handsome. He was very nice, and so I went on a date with him. And we went to like Top Golf. I don't know if you guys have that where you live, but
we do.
play golf.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we played pool, played golf. We had drinks, and he paid for everything. And he was really nice, and we chatted. And he walked into my car. He was a gentleman. Called me, made sure I got home safe. I was like, oh, that was really nice, right? And then the next day he called me, and he called me, and he called me, and he called me, and he texted me, and I was just like, you don't have anything to do because I'm at work. And then I called but he just kept messaging me. So I'm thinking, So he was like, why are you not responding? I called him. I was like, hey, I'm working. Can we talk later? So I called him during my lunch break, and I was like, what's up? Like, are you not at work? And he was like, oh no, I'm not working right now. Like right now today, or like at all?
Time out. We need to clarify.
I was like, okay.
Is there something you want to tell me?
I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'll call you when I get off. We can talk. So I called him, and I was like, so what's going on? He was like, well, I'm not working right now. I was like, how long have you been without a job? And he was like, well, since August. And I'm like, August, September, October, November. How are you paying bills? And he's like, well, I cashed in my 401k. I was like, what? You what? I was like, wait a minute. Time out. No. I was like, so you had to pay a penalty on it. I said,
was just
you're
about to
living
say
off
that
this.
freaking
How old are
penalty.
you?
Why would
like,
you do
what?
that?
Like, I was like, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
they taking half that. That's a fact.
And he was like,
Even though technically, never mind.
He was like, well, the problem is, like, when you break up with a woman, you have time to heal and recover from a relationship. But when you break up with a job, that you don't have the time to recover. I'm like, it's been 4 months. How much recovery time do you need? Number one. Number two, why are you taking me out paying for our date with your 401k money? I don't feel comfortable with that. I just don't feel
watching
comfortable
like
with that.
a bitch.
No, I'm just saying, like,
watching like a bitch. Let's say what it is. You
No, that's to
no.
me, that's
I don't feel comfortable
displaying
with that. I
bad
feel
judgment
like-
in leadership. No.
Like, why are you spending your money that you should be saving for your retirement on me? Absolutely not.
Because that sounds like you turn around and ask me to cash in my 401k, and I ain't doing that, baby.
I was like,
We
listen,
know
you
you
need
ain't
to.
doing it
I
to a
was like,
woman.
listen. I was like, you need to reinvest in that.
You
need
gonna
to
go
like
out
drive
here kissing.
Uber.
You see,
like
that's
do
a contradiction for the guys. I'm
No.
sorry for interrupting, but right there is
It's
contradiction because earlier you were saying that men should have their purpose and work on their own and be safe and make good decisions and la la la. But now when it's convenient for the man, he's investing on the woman. That's just, it's convenience, and you're just using that. It's manipulative. It's manipulative because you, as a man, would you do that? Will you make that decision? Any of the three men in the panel, will you do that decision? Make the decision that he made. Will you do
no.
it? Exactly. So why are you defending that action and
I'm
supporting
trolling.
and saying that he's investing?
Nobody's defending that action.
I said he was
did what he
investing.
did. Right.
Say
He
it, say
did
that.
what
I was
he did.
trolling.
Ain't nobody protecting the action. He did what he did, but you pocket watching.
All right.
no,
So the woman, the woman
not
is
a
smart
pocket
enough
watching.
to think that that decision is not correct. So if he's not acting right while being single, if that's impulsive, he's not gonna make good decisions when being with someone. That's not smart.
Great. Okay. Fact. What number date was this?
The first one,
Date
she
with
said.
him. I didn't go out with him a second time.
Right. What number date was this? So the first date, you asking about how he paid.
No, the next day because he was calling. I was listening.
The next day he was calling during
he called the next day.
Don't
during
play,
business hours, and she just wanted to know,
do
like,
not play semantics with me. I said the first date.
How are you paying your bills?
I said the first date. Don't play semantics. The first date, right? 4 months. And again, look, listen to what I'm saying first and foremost. If that's a red flag for you, you choose to deal with it how you dealt with it. I'm not judging that, right?
So the reason I brought this story was because you guys talk about giving grace. So should you give grace in a situation like that, or should you allow a man to take care of business, or should you continue to date someone?
Again,
that was the reason.
The grace you
no grace for young sir. Sorry.
Exactly. But like I said before, the grace you extend should be the grace you expect.
If he said that he was unemployed for a month, or if he said he was working on a business, he was building something, he had residual income coming from somewhere, I would give him the grace. You know what I'm saying? But like you telling me that you've been out of work for 4 months, you're living on your savings, and you see no problem with that. Like, it's totally different if this is something that he hid because he's embarrassed, because he knows it's stupid. This guy doesn't see a problem with it at all. Sir, I can't be smarter than you. This doesn't work. I'm sorry. Next.
No, actually, I had to give
Are you done?
a plan on how
are
to
you
get
finished
his...
or are you done?
No, go right ahead, Ricky.
Relax, Ricky. No,
Kayla. I'm not gonna play this with you tonight.
That's my opinion.
I'm not gonna play this with you
I
tonight.
date men.
I always allow you to finish your thought. I always allow you to finish
Go
your
right
thought.
ahead, young sir.
Right. I always allow you to finish your thought. Allow the same. Right. This is what I'm saying. Again, this is the first date. No grace was allowed, period. No grace was allowed. And my question is, again, if you were in between jobs, if you had to do something to get some money, would you expect the same grace?
If I get fired from a job today, I'm gonna have another one tomorrow.
I'll have another one in a month.
That's not my question.
Okay.
If you were on month 4 with no job
I wouldn't be dating.
I wouldn't be dating. I was
Yeah, I
actually
wouldn't be dating either.
like that, where I wasn't working and I didn't have anything to bring to the table, so I didn't take up any offers because I'm like, I'm not in a place in my life right now where I want to date. How am I going to require you to bring something I'm not bringing it? So I didn't date until I got my life together.
And that's what I'm asking, right? All I'm saying is this, Kelly, if this was your judgment, if this is the way, if it happened to you, would you expect the same, or you would just be like, he can cut me off? If you was feeling the guy and you was into him,
I wouldn't
that's all
be
I'm
dating.
asking.
I wouldn't be out there dating. I wouldn't. I would feel
So-
uncomfortable going out with a man
Have
if I
grace
don't have
for
my
you.
stuff
And
together.
you
Just because I don't ever want to put myself in a situation where the guy doesn't want to take care of it. I'm just like, oh my God, what am I washing dishes to pay for this? No, if I go out with a guy, I can always take care of my bill. I can always take care of it. I can always fly myself back. Like, I'm always gonna be good. If I cannot do that, I'm not going out. I'm just not.
Queen, you was about to jump in there and say something earlier?
I understand it from both sides. But I think some people lose their jobs and they are perfectly okay financially because they have been responsible and they don't have to stop dating. And then you have those that lose their jobs and they don't have any money and shouldn't be dating. So I think it could fall on either side of the fence. But my husband lost his job 2 weeks into dating. And I'll never forget, we went out like on 2 dates. The second week, he sent me a text on a Friday. He was like, hey, what's up? How are you? Similar to the text that you got, Kelly. And I'm like, why is he texting me on a Friday at 12? And I was like, I'm great. How are you? And he's like, my day is not so good. I got fired. And I completely paused. And in that moment, I had to make a decision. I was like, oh, he don't have a job and blah, blah, blah. He shouldn't be dating. All of those thoughts went through my head. And I'm like, I can't do anything with this. And I just didn't text. I was like, I'm sorry to hear that. I'll pray for you. That's what I said. I said, I'll pray for you. And I just kind of pulled back. He didn't text me the rest of the week. And then like he updated me like, hey, I'm looking for a job. I got a couple of interviews. Would you like to go have a margarita? And I was kind of like, So he took me out. We had a margarita. We had one margarita. And it was funny because of course, I'm financially capable of paying for the entire bill, but for some reason, I didn't put that out, say, let me get us another drink. I just, for the first time in my life, I went with the flow. And for the first time in my life, I went with the flow. But I was also at a place that I had dealt with so much shit in the past that I was at a good space. I didn't necessarily need a man. If one showed up, I was cool. But if God didn't bless me in that capacity, I was cool too. I was in a place that I was just like, I completely surrendered. We became really good friends. He would come over. I didn't cook though, because I remember reading a book in my 20s said, don't do a lot of cooking for a man initially. I think it was the book, He's Not That Into You. I just did like small shit like popping popcorn, watch a movie, whatever. And I'll never forget, we went to Costco and I forgot about this story, but my husband reminded me. He was like, you were putting like 2 of each items in the cart. You put like 2 rotisserie chickens, 2 pints of strawberries, and it wasn't like cheap stuff. And then when we got back to my apartment, I took out my stuff and he was like, well, hey, you left your other groceries. I said, no, that's for you. And he was like, no, I can't take that. No. And, like his pride. And he's like, nah, you really put me in a tough spot. I can't, I'm not that bad off. I was like, listen, we're friends at this point. And I would do the same thing for a woman. I would do the same thing for my homegirl. And I'm not waiting for her to ask me for food if she lost her job. Most people want you to say, can I get a little money for food? Or I said, I don't want to put you in that position. I also paid his rent, right? Go ahead. Reaction. Hold on. Check this out.
Come on, Queen.
Hold on. Check this out. He didn't ask me to pay his rent. He did not ask me that.
Look at Kayla's face.
Wow.
Check this out. We keeping it real, right?
Hey, this is a safe space. I appreciate it.
Okay. I liked him so much as a friend, not as a boyfriend. because I felt like he wasn't on my level financially, but I really liked him as a friend. And I liked him as a man, like not like, oh, I want this man, but I was like, damn, he's a really nice man, you know? So one day I said, hey, listen, when is your rent due? And he told me, and I was like, I can lend you money for your rent. And he was like, no, you know, my mom and blah. I said, no, listen, I've lost my job before. And the worst thing to do when you don't have a job is to worry about rent. I don't know if you have it or not, but I can lend you money for your rent, but you got to pay me my shit back. And he paid me back. When he got his new job, every time he got paid, he gave me $200 and paid me back. So that's my dating story. But that was the first time I ever did that. Yeah, that was the first time I ever did that.
I tell you what, that rent situation was when he made a decision to marry you. I could tell you that right out the gate, because men, like, we don't expect that type of, like, when we struggling, which is why we kind of distance ourselves and kind of go into reserve so much, because again, we judge so harshly on our ability to provide, especially from a financial perspective, right? So when we lose that job, we feel like our knees get cut out from under us. We don't have no legs, and typically most women are going like kind of distance themselves. They ain't gonna be super rude. Now you got some chicks gonna be like, oh, I ain't doing this shit, I'm out. But most chicks are gonna kind of distance themselves and just say, okay, well, I'm gonna let you figure that out while I, go over here try to date other people. But for you to like
spin the block when you go
right, you know what I'm saying? But for you to like hear that and like not just, oh yeah, I'm gone. But not only that, but lean into it and be like, hey, if you need something, I got you. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to ask how much it is. Here, that right there was when he made a decision to marry you. I can tell you that right now.
That's a quick question.
I agree.
It wasn't the groceries part, because I definitely bought a guy groceries that was falling on hard times, and he cheated a couple of weeks later.
Queen, how long was it before he got his new job?
Like a month, maybe 3 weeks, if that.
Okay.
But in my head, I was like, shit, I don't know if they're gonna give me my money back.
Right,
but I remember they were like, don't ever give money if you can't lose it. So I was like, you know what? I'll chalk it up. If he don't give it back, I'll chalk it up.
Right.
And shout out to you, because
I think that's giving him grace. So that's actually you allowing him.
Earlier, I said a month. Okay.
That's
right.
She
true.
said
You
4
said
months.
that.
Baby, that's a whole quarter. That's more than a quarter. That's more than a
So
quarter.
I have
that's like Q3 and half of Q4, like, sir.
But I feel like it's different if you're already dating someone. If you're in it already and you're riding with this guy, and he loses his job, like, you're gonna have his back. You're still gonna hold him down.
Facts.
Why would you walk into a new, I'm a jobless, homeless situation? It's not like, just come moving with me. You can sleep in the back room. I got you.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna just sign up for that. Absolutely
And that also
not.
was her friend. She said that she looked at him as a friend, not as I'm doing for my man. I'm doing it for my friend. And that's the difference. And that's why you guys are married.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you for you dating intentionally, because that's really what it was.
I have for a friend.
I have a little story. And
hold on right quick.
So,
hold on, Sayada. Go ahead, Ricky. Finish, Sayada. You can go right after.
I want to call cap on the ladies for saying they ain't gonna date nobody when y'all broke. Y'all don't even expect to pay on a date. So how you gonna say you ain't gonna date a man when y'all broke?
You know what, Ricky? You're right.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm
not for me. Not for me. You're not right.
Like I'm more siding with Ricky, and I haven't gotten no type of credit, because I'm saying we should provide grace. Just saying.
But see, the wild part about that, right, is going back to Queen's story. I think is when she said, "Okay, you're not where you need to be financially, so I can't look at you like that no more. I'm gonna look at you as a homie. Nah, you're a friend now. You need to get your shit together before I could even entertain the idea of us being an item." And I think that right there is like big, and as a man, like we not taking that personally. Matter of fact, we're gonna be appreciative of that. Because what that's doing is that's holding us accountable. That's making sure we get on our shit. Now, don't get me wrong. Most men are wired to, if we lose our job, we every second of every day is going to be spent putting in applications, going around calling homeboys, hey, bro, y'all got something or whatever, or going to other measures that we're not going to speak of on this platform in order to make sure income comes in. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to promote crime. But what I'm saying is that most men are not comfortable being without no income. You know what I'm saying? But for you to like put that distance between y'all without him having to, because he feels guilty. And said, like, I feel like that was big. You put the distance there, but didn't run away. It's like, okay, I'm a step back and I'm gonna give you a chance to get your shit together, and I'm here if you need something, because I value you as a friend. And I think that friendship thing is very prevalent. Me and my wife, same way. That was my homie before we got into a relationship, and she still is today. If you see us interact, that's my homie. We laugh and we joke and we kicking it. You know what I'm saying? But that's why that friendship piece is so important. Most people just jump right into the relationship and ain't necessarily established the like foundation of real friendship yet. So I again, I just wanted to touch that real quick. We got 400 people in here, 200 and something likes. That is egregious. I need y'all to step that up, man. Make sure that y'all like the stream if y'all ain't liked it already. Salute to the Crusaders. I see y'all going crazy in the chat. Kenny T has arisen. Let's see if we can get him on stage. Y'all put leaves in the chat if y'all want to see Kenny on stage tonight. Probably ain't gonna work, but we gonna pray on it.
He said movies and
that's-
eating strawberries. What?
You already know. But real quick, man, we gonna pay some bills before we move into the next question. Honest Citizen back again says, ladies love Tyrones that won't invest into them. I think I think the ladies' faces answered that enough. I don't even think y'all got to give a verbal response. Red in the building, as Ken folks say, get the damn likes up. Y'all heard him, man. Make sure that y'all liking the stream if y'all ain't liked it already, man. We appreciate y'all. Boo 843348 with the 5P says, quote unquote, struggle love is an oxymoron. It is not real. It's fake.
He put struggle.
Huh? Oh, struggle love.
He misspelled struggle.
Struggle love.
Struggle love.
Struggle love is crazy. Quest in the building with the 20 piece.
What's up, baby? What's up?
That's family.
What's up, my boy?
We appreciate you, gang. You
Hey,
say
that
just
boy
cause.
real one.
You say just cause. He ain't even got no reason. That's how
Quest
you know
Quest
he's
a real one, dog. We
For
kicked
sure,
it with
for
him
sure.
at ATL, man. That's a real one.
Straight up and down.
Yeah.
That is family at this point. Salute to the Quest. That's my dog. Gerald Fondo in the building says a girl that dates a good guy without attraction leads to a sexless relationship.
I don't like that.
I would agree. And going back to what Queen said earlier, that would be my issue with the why can't a woman be there for just money? Because I need my woman to look at me with the same drool that I look at her with, and if it don't, then we gonna feel that way. And as a man, you begin to get a bit insecure with that. You ain't getting the sex you deserve because she ain't physically attracted to you. Like, she got to be willing to rip her clothes off when she see you. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is very, very important. Jason C in the building says adorable equals That's a fact. That is a fact. Fellas, if she call you adorable, delete her number out your phone, fam. That shit over with.
You're so cute.
Question. Was he a little on the husky side?
Oh my God. Here we go.
No.
Okay.
No, my friend said he looked like a little teddy bear. I don't know. Like, he just.
Teddy bears are chubby.
No, he would. I don't know.
Maybe
Did he have a
had
six
a
pack?
baby face. Maybe he had a baby face with like those full cheeks.
Yes. Yes. Had a baby.
And no facial hair. Yeah.
No facial hair. Nothing.
Just like so cute.
Yeah.
Chubby guys are adorable.
Kayla, you're a damn mess.
You hear?
You should have seen your face when you said so cute. Your ass is hilarious, bro.
Bruh. All right. Kevin in the building says good men equal responsible, hardworking, and productive. But if there's no quote unquote connection, as ladies say, leave them alone and available for women who actually have interests.
Facts.
I would agree with that. 100%. Red in the building with the 10 piece. That's family right there. Let me give my dog a round of applause. Let me give a round of applause for time. That's Ken folk right there, man. Make sure that y'all tap in the bro.
That's little bro. That's my little bro.
Literally. If you know there are good men out there, yet y'all pass them up due to quote unquote vibes, why complain about the shortage of good men? You missed your blessing.
It's not a blessing if we're not intimate and have no connection.
How is it's dry, honey. I don't see how that's a blessing.
Why can't good men take like a sex course and be better at sex?
it's just not even that. I passed up on another man who is now married. I don't know why every time I mess with a dude, he ended up getting married.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes.
I don't like that. Most of my exes are still single, so I'm happy with that. Okay. That would suck if like my exes were
So
there.
wait, am I understanding correctly? You said that you're basing that a man is good if he's good in sex, and that's it.
No,
that's how I took it.
So I had a friend who is considered a good guy, and all the women say he's a good guy, but he ends up in a lot of friend zones. Like that's where he stays, in friend zone land. And he's like, you guys always say you want a good man, but you always get pregnant by the Pookie and Ray Rays, right? But I'm like, obviously the Pookie and Ray Rays are laying it down. So what is it about the good men that you're not sleeping with them? What is it? Like, is there a course you can take? Good man lay it down. Where is that? Why aren't you sleeping with the good men? There's a reason why.
I don't think so. I think women like the aggressive. Those type of women like the aggressivity of the man instead
Women
of
like a little edge to the man.
They like
instead of being patient with the man that is being patient.
That
But that's not good. That's not a good
You tell me
man.
if a good guy lays it down right in the bedroom.
You still
That's
wouldn't
not a
like
good
him because
man.
he's not a vibe. You
Hold
still
on, what y'all talking about?
I don't want to have to get drunk to sleep with my man.
So
I
wanted to share something. I was at university still, and I was using public transportation back then, and I met this guy. So I was really busy working from 7 to 5, and then university from 5:30 to 9. So I had no time to date or anything. And then he really wanted to see me. He's like, "Where do you study?" And I said, "Oh, X University." And he went there and he waited for me at the cafeteria. And when I got out of class, he was there waiting for me, and he literally ride the bus with me and brought me home and just took me home and then went back. And I was like, wow, like it was like a 40-minute ride to my house. And he did this like for 3 days. And I really enjoy his company, like talking to him. And I was like, wow, so he asked me out. We went out on a date, cool, on during the weekend. So later on, we were together. We got into a relationship. I was his girl, and he didn't have nothing. He lived in an apartment, like studio apartment, only his bed and like necessarily stuff. But I was like, I didn't care, honestly. I was like, I'm the type of woman that will work with you and let's build something together, because I was also working. But I didn't know what was.
How old
I didn't
were you?
know.
She said she was in college, so all of this.
I was 22.
Yeah.
I was 22.
All
I was
of this
22.
is perfectly.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I was, like I didn't care about it, but I was just, with him because of who he was and what he showed me. Later on, I found out that his family, he had a house. His family, they had everything. They just put him on that place, like work for your stuff and start building your stuff. So his family had money. They had a company. They had actually more than one property, but I did not know this. And I accepted him the way that he was just because of who he was. And that was when his family accepted me. So his family I actually fell in love with his family before like falling in love with him. I loved his family to death. Like till today, they are like a second family to me. After that, like a few months later, I think we were like 6 months in the relationship. He came and like, he was crying like really, really bad, feeling really bad, saying, and I'm like, what happened? What did you do? And he's like, so I found out that I have a daughter. And a friend of him told him that this woman had a kid from him. And I'm like, okay.
He didn't know he slept with her?
No, hold on. He's like, I'm like,
he accidentally fell into it.
Logically, I'm not going to jump into assumptions. And I asked, how old is the baby? And he said 9 months. Okay, so I've been with him 6 months. This is his past. So he slept with this woman one time. It was a one night stand or something, whatever. And he got her pregnant. And she never told him anything. And I was like, why he never told you anything? And he's like, I don't know. He didn't even find out from her. And he wanted me to meet the girl with the baby. The day that he was gonna meet his baby, he wanted me there. And I was like, okay, like, let's do it. So I went with him and we accepted the baby. And I'm like, we have to help your baby. And from there, and then I got engaged. Like 2 months later, I got engaged. So I say, like, when you help a man and you're accepting for who he is, and I'm not saying you have to tolerate these things. It's up to you if you're dealing with it or not. He's the one ultimately that is going to say, you know what, I want her. So what I'm saying is that I agree, and I feel like when Queen shared his story, when you support a man when he's struggling, and not necessarily struggling like the ways that you can imagine, he could be struggling emotionally or for any other reason, but you support that man and you're with them because who they are, that matters to them just as much as you want to be supported and cared for. Just men want the same thing. So just FYI, he passed away.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh man, Jesus, I don't even know where to go from that. That's it's a wild situation. I'm definitely praying for you for sure on that. Jesus Christ. All right, at this point, man, I told y'all put leaves in the chat, man. If y'all wanted to see Kenny T come up on the stage, and he is here, man.
Y'all
Welcome,
got
Kenny
Kenny
T
on the
in
stage.
the building. In the building.
What's going on, Big K? What's happening with you?
There you is.
Bullied me all night. How about that? Boy, I had to sleep. I had to get ready. Well, I ain't got work today, but I got to go to the gym. So got to catch up with Otis since he want to talk all that shit.
Hey, you heard what he said, right? He said catch up. I'm just making sure you understand that.
Yeah, that's only going to take me one day anyway, but yeah. What's going on? How y'all
Okay. All right, Kenny. Shit. Well, since you're here, we might as well get your take on this topic, bro. When you hear the term ride or die, like, what's the first thing that comes to mind? I need somebody to hold me down, man. They got to ride or die. Like, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear that?
I would say someone that's loyal and down for the wrong decisions with the right mindset intended. Basically, I'm saying, like, they didn't know it was the wrong thing at the time, but they were riding with you, so they took the necessary precautions to ride with you instead of looking at the decision the right way. But someone is down for you, that loves you unconditionally and you do whatever. What the hell is that? Like chips? Or am I echoing?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, now go talk again.
Nah.
Oh no, that is you echoing.
God damn, I got the elder bars. I'll be back.
Wow.
All right, we gonna come.
They're playing bowling balls or something. Like,
Oh, that's how he was going through a bag of ruffles or something. I don't know what the hell going on.
High quality audio.
You want to finish them bills?
Look here, yeah, we gotta finish paying these bills, man. Shout out to Kevin back again. Says nice queen, dude had to marry her after all that. That's a fact. That is a fact.
Low key, yeah.
That type of support right there, that type of support is not just walking around.
Hey, it's chess. This ain't checkers, baby. It's chess. It ain't checkers.
I think women are, but can we all admit that a lot of women are hesitant to do stuff like that because we have a fear of being burned or messed over by those men, and you hear the horror stories of, like, I bought him a car, did this, I paid his bill, I did that, and he played me, and it's just like, oh, I ain't doing that. You know,
been there, done that, not doing it.
I think it's something that you got to do, like, progressively though. Like, if you're doing that early, 6 months in, a year in, I think that's a little too early because he got to prove himself a little bit to me. Like, if
but Queen did it early.
How early?
She said they were dating a couple, like, within a month.
But when?
Yeah.
What month was it when you paid?
But let me put one disclaimer I forgot to say. So I knew him from the gym, from working out. As, hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 chit chat, just as a friend, right? But when he asked me out like a year or two later, so there was a little bit of history, not intimacy, but just history of coming and going.
So that's that's key. That's key.
And plus, y'all was cool. Y'all was homies. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep putting so much weight on that, man. Y'all should be friends before y'all anything.
Yeah.
You go from acquaintances to friends to lovers. That's the best way to go. That's the best way to go.
Ricky and Trill, can y'all explain what a friendship looks like when you're intimate with that person? Because I that's confusing. Because
It feels it
dating
looks like heaven.
and we're watching movies and we're connecting and vibing, but it's different the way I'm friends with my girlfriends. So I'm confused. Like, what is that supposed to look like?
Yeah, please tell us.
That ain't no damn friendship.
Because I'm saying
that's
if
a
we just friends,
situationship.
we are not Netflixing and chilling because
That's a
I like you and you like me.
Right. But look, so
are y'all friends with your partner, like future
like
partner?
like you meet a guy, y'all are acquaintances, y'all become more than acquaintances, y'all start talking, y'all building a friendship, but y'all are both interested in each other romantically. So how do you maintain a friendship and for how long when you're interested in them, they're interested in you? I don't see how y'all at the house popping popcorn. I mean, that type of self-control, I don't possess that much, so I just don't even put myself.
It's hard.
That's what it is.
You can't come over.
Popcorn ain't the only thing.
You cannot come over here. We can do something outside.
Because that's what it is right there.
Bring it in.
Well, you're not coming in my house.
Bring it in.
No,
Facts. Bring it in. Let's talk about it.
Come on.
Let's talk about it.
You can't. It's like an addict. If you were an addict, the last place you should be is where people are using drugs.
See
you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you know that you like that person, they like you, y'all have strong sexual chemistry, and then y'all are building a friendship, so y'all are intellectually connected. That shit is sexy. Like,
right.
It's hard. Over on my couch and be sitting like, no,
it's very hard.
I'll see you outside. Good night. Have a good night. Bye bye. Go back to your house. Because no.
But I feel like when I was dating, I don't know how to build a friendship if we're both dating. Like, we're hanging out, we're talking on the phone, we're connecting, we're not having intimacy. I definitely did change up my requirements where I'm not being intimate before commitment. And commitment for me was at least be my man, and we're boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, we're dedicated to each other.
Right.
I wasn't waiting for marriage. That's just, I'm not doing that. And so for me, it's confusing because when y'all say that's my friend, is it just because y'all have a good time together? Is it because y'all can just sit and enjoy each other's company? Because it's not like how I talk to my girlfriends. Like, I'm gossiping about all this and that, and we're talking shit. Like, it's not. I'm confused what that's supposed to look like.
If I call a guy my friend, I'm never gonna have sex with him ever. He's a friend.
I just want to know from Trill, from Ricky, and Queen Sheba, can y'all please tell the ladies? I actually want to learn and know.
Go ahead, Ricky.
Okay.
I want to say something.
Hold
Okay,
on.
go ahead.
Yeah. You can go right after Ricky. Go ahead, Rick.
So this is the points I always make, right? And this way accountability comes in. And shout out to Kayla. Kayla, even though I'm just gonna tell you what I tell people about, I rocks with you, sis. On everything, I rock with you because at least you keep it gully. At least you keep it gully. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it a being, right? This is what I'm talking about. What y'all don't understand, when you fall in love, that's exactly how it happens. That's exactly how it happens. It's not that you plan for it. Yeah, you could plan for it in certain ways. Shout out to Queen Sheba. It's chess, not checkers, baby. Right? But it's there before you know it. How it happens is this. You meet that guy, yeah, he interested. You sexy, he's sexy, y'all come together. But the boundary's been set by who? You, the lady, saying, I'm gonna take my time to get to notice that, but y'all cat be hot as fuck.
Did you hear what I said?
Let's take some accountability. Y'all can't be hot as fuck. Just what you said, Kayla. I'm feeling this dude.
That's what Kayla said. I didn't say that.
I didn't say
what does hot as fuck mean? We're
throbbing,
sexual people. We all like sex. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, men like sex, women like sex.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all always want to attack like I'm attacking y'all when I'm just basing it on what really happens. I'm not attacking you. You a lady. You sexually attracted to him. I'm not saying that you don't want to. Y'all know we trying to hit. Right? That's not what I'm saying. I just need y'all to listen to me for once, right? Y'all know we trying to hit, but the thing is that what happens is instead of y'all letting that friendship grow, letting it become what it needs to be, right? Because you're sexually attracted to him, he's sexually attracted to you. You end up giving it up before you get real deep in actually what that person is, right? Well, once you become friends and you get in it, it's like heaven, nigga. It's like, God damn, I'm busting down my best friend. This is the shit. This is the shit.
Hold on, you can't. The women are looking at you because you said I'm busting down my best friend. So we're all thinking of our girl best, like
right?
maybe.
But it's not though. It's not.
No,
though.
your
You
man
see what
should
I'm
be
saying?
your best friend. Like that should be your nigga. That's my nigga.
Right.
My
Let's be
homie.
honest. Let's
That's
be
my
honest.
dog.
But shout out, Kate.
And
But
that's
this is
my
what it
man.
is. Yo,
And
dude,
you know.
Queen Sheba, you married, right?
Yeah.
Yo, dudes know shit about your girls that you ain't told nobody else. Facts.
About my best friend.
About your homie, some shit y'all to discuss. And you be like, man,
So,
let me tell you about this shit.
I'm a wild card. My best friend is a dude. Pause. Come
Same
on now.
Same
My
question.
but
Same question,
okay.
though.
Okay.
I have a male best friend too.
Yeah,
so
my
I get
best
you.
friend is a guy. Hold on,
Is
Trill.
he
Come
your-
on.
is he
Come
your
on, Trill. What you
GBS?
got to say?
Face like,
Huh?
He's
Same
your
question.
GBF, Queen Sheba?
Okay.
He's your
Same
GBF?
My
question,
best
though.
friend has been my best friend since college, right? But of
Same.
course, he's a gay male.
Oh.
When we go out of town, he house sits. He babysits my dogs. It's just like he'll do shit for us that, other people wouldn't do. He has a partner, right? He's like family to me. So if a man had an issue with that, we probably couldn't date or get married, right?
That's why I said he's your GBF.
I still wanted to answer to the question though.
Yeah, he knows some stuff, but yeah.
Exactly. You see
knows
what I'm
some
saying?
stuff.
So, but like I said, y'all got to take responsibility for that. Y'all got to allow that to develop, because once y'all, especially if y'all like what y'all, I got to be attracted to him. He got to be sexy, not so cute. Shout out to Kayla, right? He got to be sexy, right? So not only that y'all, now that y'all got this connection, right? If you doing it how you supposed to, right? Then he hit and he knock your back out. Your mind is going out the window on certain shit. Let's keep it a bean. That's why y'all able to make the decisions y'all do with men now, because back in the day it happened.
Yeah, I would say, man, like how that happens is like y'all having that understanding that, hey, we not in the right space to be together right now. I mean, we plan on being with each other eventually, sure, and that's my story. Like that, I knew from the first day that I met my wife that she's gonna be my wife. It was just a matter of me getting ready for that to happen. At the time, I was not. I tried, and it was very bumpy.
but were y'all dating other people?
It was a situation where we were like exclusive, but I was so invested in what it was that I had going. You got to mind, I'm getting recruited to play ball. I'm, top 5 in the school academically, team captain. Like I got a lot going on. Like at that time, it's a bunch of girls, a bunch of cheerleaders, all type of shit. And before we got to the official point, it was some things that happened that caused us to divide. The fellas know what I'm talking about. Sad, it was a very rough trip to Galveston.
Infamous
trip that I would not speak on in detail.
I cannot confirm or deny.
You know what I'm saying? But that was an example of I'm not where I need to be yet to be with you. But she told me that from the gate. She said, "You're not ready." And, of course, but as a man, because again, men, and I say this all the time, men know early who's going to be like who we going to take serious. Like very early, like within a couple of days of talking to you in reality, in terms of like your potential level of where this shit could go. But it's just a matter of us getting ready. So I think how that situation happens is it's like both of us had to come to the conclusion, hey, we're not in the space to be together right now. But I mean, I still rock with you. We laugh, we joke, we talk about other things. It's not just all relationship conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like we got mutual interests and shit like that. So it's like we chopping it up with each other and just building. And then when once you get to that point to be in a relationship, it's a seamless transition from that. So I think that's how it happens more times than not. It's not a situation where like, okay, meet her, hey man, we gonna be besties right quick, and then we gonna elevate. It just kind of happens organically. And the irony is, we had classes together, so we'll be, sitting right next to each other, joking with each other all day, light flirting, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third, and that's how it sparked. And then again, as a man, in my head, I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's gonna be my girl. So I was like, fuck it, let me go ahead and try to, press the issue. And I bumped my head. But eventually I came around to the fact that, hey, now is not a good time. After I came around to that fact, then that's when the friendship got strong.
But you got lucky with that. You got lucky with that, because a lot of women will be like, you friend zoning me. Like,
it wasn't luck. It wasn't luck.
You running the streets.
It wasn't luck. His wife knew what was popping too. I'm just gonna keep it a bean. She knew what was popping.
You got a woman that was gonna understand that, but I'm saying a lot of women today, they're like, you're not gonna just friend zone me and do you. I'm gonna do it too. Or
no. But wait. Clarity. I didn't friend zone her. She friend zoned me after that situation happened. It was a situation where it's like, I told you wasn't ready. Now we got to take a step back. It was that type of shit. Like she was, it wasn't me like, okay, look, man, I think
that's what I thought. You was like, oh, just wait for me type thing.
Nah. Hell no. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Like most men would like for our woman to wait for us until we ready. But fact is that, if she moves on, you got to take that to the chin, because you wasn't necessarily ready for that. Now we gonna fight tooth and nail to make sure it don't happen. Sure. Even if we ain't ready, even if you got to dive in a relationship prematurely and just pray to God that you get ready before she find out that you ain't really for real, and then you do so much damage that you can't come back from it. That's how most men get into a relationship. We just gonna keep it all the way honest. But yes, in terms of being lucky, I mean, yeah, I mean, because who meets their wife in 8th grade? Like that's not a common story. That's why I tell people, like, don't emulate or don't try to like follow my blueprint, because a lot of times most people is 25, 26, 30 single, and they trying to meet somebody at that age.
Right.
See, me and my wife grew up together, so we kind of meshed and molded in a way that a lot of people just don't have the opportunity to. So in that case, I was lucky. But in terms of value, yeah, Ricky right. Like we both understood it's a privilege to be here for both of us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So as an adult though, because y'all grew up together, y'all started off young. Ricky got married young and everything too. But I'm saying, like, how do you be friends with the man that you're attracted to as a grown-ass adult that's looking to settle down? Like, am I going into the attention of, this can just be my friend and I should look at you in that way? Or should it be with intentions? I'm being your friend with intentions. Like, that's what's confusing.
Can I give it a shot?
I think they're saying that even if you're attracted to a man, you still have to hold out and maintain a standard and a boundary until he's proven that.
So dating without sex.
That's hard.
I don't.
Just handle. I think I have a technique for that.
Tell us, sis. Tell us.
I shouldn't say this. Hold on, I have to remove the camera. I'm too shy for this.
You have to turn the camera off.
Tell us.
I'm just kidding. Handle your business before you go on a date.
I've heard that. Go ahead and take care of it before you go, so you're already good. Yeah, but all
nothing that he says will make you like, nothing.
Nah, that's just
one. All of us don't have that ability. So.
Oh, okay.
All right, Queen, go ahead, Queen. You was about to get into how you go about, what I'm saying, maintaining that friend zone when you meet somebody from a older age than kids.
So I was very attracted to my husband. He's Puerto Rican, sexy, to the point I had to Google about Puerto Ricans because everybody was like, don't get caught up. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, they're very sexy, they're lovers. And it was my first time dating like a Latin person, right? Very attracted to him, to the point that I was like, he has to be my friend because he's not going to turn me out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so attracted to him sexually. The chemistry was there. It was very hard. I knew I wanted him that way. Right. But like I said, it was the first time in my life that I was trying some different shit. Like, let me try some different shit as a woman. I'll never forget. He kind of asked me like, what's up one time after a date. Basically, like, men do get to the point, and I remember I said, well, I tell you what, if that's what you're looking for, we can go do that now. If that's what you want to do, we can do that. But if you think at any point throughout this friendship, you're going to want me to be your girlfriend, do you want to wait or you want to get it over with? And he said, I'll wait. So
a whole bunch of men be like, well, we'll see.
Yeah, let's get it over with right now.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Gotta roll the
that's a
dice, baby. I ain't gonna lie
Nope.
to you. I gotta roll the dice on that one.
That
roll
one,
the dice.
it just depends on the guy. With that
Exactly.
one, that's not gonna work with every guy.
So
how many women
It's gonna
but how
work
many
with
women
the right
respond
one,
like
though.
that though?
Exactly.
How many women
it's gonna
respond
work
like
with the
that?
because we feel pressure. Like if that's what they want, and we feel like, oh, this is my way to prove that I'm interested in him. No, you don't have to. You don't have to. Don't do it. And if he really wants it, he's gonna wait. But you have to say it. You have to say it.
And that's what I've been saying. If he holds enough value, if he see you valuable enough and you set that boundary and he's the man, he's gonna fucking wait. Stop using it as an excuse that, oh, I feel pressure. No, you pressure because you want to give up that ass. You want to.
Yeah.
And I keep trying to tell y'all that relationship, even though y'all kicking it and y'all say y'all boyfriend and girlfriend or y'all in a situationship, that shit don't start until y'all let him hit. Don't nothing start. Don't nothing start until you let him hit.
Well, it's 2 months enough to be free.
What? No, it's
there is no
months long enough.
I don't think.
Is that what you're saying, B?
I don't think there is a time frame.
I made him wait 2 months. He said he's never had a woman have him wait that long. Like he's like, I never waited this long to sleep with a woman I was dating with. But he waited and it took a couple of months until we were actually together. Then that's when we slept together. But that's me trying to have self-control as well, because the shit wasn't working. Sex before commitment or any type of commitment. And I didn't want to have casual sex. I wanted to be taken serious. So yeah, I held out.
Kenny, are you waiting 2 months?
I'm about to say.
Huh?
Now I said, like, if you run into a chick, you vibing with her, and she say, you know what, man,
Yeah, Kenny
I'm
gonna wait.
enjoying this, but I'm not having sex, and I mean, she says you got to be willing to wait 2 months. So are you gonna wait 2 months for it if you really like her?
Yeah, I don't force no woman to have sex. I only have sex whenever she want to have sex. There's no.
Yep.
Now we gonna spend a lot of time together, have Netflix night, like girls, like Queen said. Nah, that ain't happening.
No, but we did.
Why are we doing that again?
Yeah.
We had Netflix night, and
why are we doing that?
Not tempting.
We had Netflix
Don't
night.
tempt each other.
Wait a minute, Kayla. Wait a minute. I want to hear
I'm
more
just saying,
about
I'm
that.
Grown. I don't play these games.
I'm not having Netflix night to set up the opportunity for that to even happen. Like,
You can take me to the movies.
Like
you can take me to the theater, but you're not coming on my house in my bed on my couch. No.
I have self-control. I stopped it, and he respected it. He didn't pressure me.
That's cool and all, but that opportunity is there. I'm not trying to let that opportunity happen, because if it does happen, then now you're looking like, oh shoot, I broke the mode of me wanting to wait 2 months to have sex with you. Now you're all indecisive of what you should do and how you really feel about me. Instead, I'm just gonna be like, hey, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna meet at certain locations where that opportunity cannot present itself.
Facts.
But I mean, everybody has certain situations that work for them. I mean, it is what it is. But most likely, I'm not gonna do that. But I will wait 2 months. I'm not gonna force any woman. I've never forced any woman to have sex with me. It's always her initiating the sex.
It was 2 months, but he didn't know what time frame. It could have been a longer than that. It just.
I mean, because to be honest with you, ain't no woman about to be my best friend within 2 months. That takes to be somebody to be your best friend is gonna take at least a year or more for that to happen. You have to build up time and consistent situations to where you understand and trust them a lot. I mean, that's best friends. That's to me, that's a whole nother level of trust that you put into somebody. And 2 months of dating is not gonna initiate somebody to be your best friend.
He ain't gonna think that you're not attracted to him. If you're like, he's gonna think that you're friend zoning him if y'all haven't taken it to that little level, and he's saying that he wants to move on to something more serious with you, and you're like, no, I just want to be friends for a year and build a friendship.
Oh, it don't. It don't
I'm
go
saying,
like that,
you guys
Taylor.
keep
It don't go
talking
like
about
that, though.
he thinks. I think, are these conversations not being had with each other? Like, this is my standard. This is the boundary I'm setting.
Exactly.
This is what if you want me, you're gonna have to rock with this. If not, keep it moving. Like, is this not a conversation? It's just like, oh, I hope he sticks around for this imaginary boundary I haven't even told him I have in my head, because I express it. And I feel like if I'm spending time with the guy, I tell them, like, I cannot have sex without chemistry. For me, it's a bond that has to be created, has to be there. And that comes through conversation, because I'm sapiosexual. So I need you to stimulate my mind. If you cannot, like, if you can't romanticize.
You know how easy it is to stimulate a woman's mind?
I don't know how easy it is to stimulate a woman.
Nah, a lot of these
But I know
niggas
it's
is
not
It
lame.
is easy to
it's not
stimulate a
These
easy.
niggas is
woman's mind.
lame.
It's
They
not
have
It's a
easy to
lot of
horrible
stimulate my
chemistry.
mind.
conversation skills.
Okay.
No.
They're not
Okay.
interesting.
No, that's great. That's great. That's great. You can stimulate lots of women's mind, but it's very difficult to stimulate my mind. Like, I could go on dates every single day for a year, and a guy cannot catch my attention. Like, it has to be conversation over time. I have to hear you. I have to know your thoughts, how you feel about certain things. I have to know, like, how you handle certain issues. Like, those things are attractive to me. And if I can't hear your heart and your thought process, I cannot gel with you. So that, to me, that's conversation. That's over time. If I can't get there with you, if I can't laugh with you and joke with you and have a good time with you, just in conversation, I don't even want to meet you in person. I don't even want to be around you. So there's no way I'm gonna let you come inside me. I mean, not come, but like have sex with me. It's not happening. If we haven't connected,
there is a boundary. There is a boundary that I have, and it happened like 2 weeks ago. Someone came and he asked me what food I like, and I said I was eating something, and I said cucumber, and then he tried to say something, insinuate something different, and then I was like, look, I don't want to assume that you are insinuating something else, but I will leave anything that is, related to sex out of a conversation with anyone. I do not talk about sex through text while having meet that person. Sex is not a conversation that I have if I haven't even met you yet. Like, to me, that's a no-no. Not even an emoji that insinuates nothing. And it could be boring to some people, it might think, but it's just a boundary. I don't allow that. Why? Because I don't make you think that that's, something that is welcome. Not at this moment. So I'm not saying no, and I have no problem engaging with no one. Never had that issue. Actually, I like to go out, on outdoor activities, and that's my way of, spending time with people. Hey, you want to spend time with me? Let's go out. Let's hiking. Let's do something. Let's spend 2 hours talking all the way, see me all sweaty and struggling. Like, that's just me. But it works. It works. So
I gotta talk to you. We have to talk and have to know your mind.
I think again, I think one of the big issues is just how people meet nowadays too. You know what I mean? When I say that's your friend, I mean you got to have some type of relationship past. Oh, I just met you and I'm trying to get at you. You know what I mean? It's like most people shopping outside their circles. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to be shopping at Trader Joe's. You know what I'm saying? But you over there at Target on the other side of town. You know what I mean? You got people around you that you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you hear the stories. Oh, I know so many good guys. Then why aren't you dating them?
None of them. She ain't doing none of them.
Right? They all around you. You see them up and down. You pull up a rug. The guys you know that you don't date, they all good guys, but you ain't seeing none of them. Right? That's where the friendship comes in. You got to, and like one person said in the chat, if we friends, I ain't paying for nothing. But that's your homie. Both of y'all paying. If we go out one night, I pay. Right? We go out the other night, I pay. Right? That's way both of y'all appreciate it. But you know what I'm saying? But again, when you doing it under the dating montage, right? The lady said it. You paying for my time. We going out on a date. I ain't pulling out my wallet though. It's not happening, my guy. Right? So again, you kind of, if we being honest, if you looking for something long term, you kind of already putting the odds up against you when you starting off on that baseline.
Well said, man. Let me finish paying these bills, and then we're gonna get to the last question of the night. First and foremost, shout out to It's a 90s Vibe with the 20 piece, man. We appreciate you coming through and showing love as always, man. You're always in the chat showing love. It says, I think some people are spiritually drained and emotionally constipated. Well, I agree with that.
I like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. AL with the 5-piece. What's good? Just showing love. We appreciate you, gang. Dub Will in the building with the 5-piece. What up, bro? I'll be seeing you in the chat too, Wildin'. Ricardo Subs with the 10-piece says, when she said that she paid his rent, the other lady's faces and those looks were priceless. That's why she's married and they're not.
A good person gonna cost you something.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Ricardo trying to get his rent paid.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame him, man.
Man, don't be out here paying no damn rent.
What's up,
Don't
Kelly?
be paying no goddamn rent.
Don't pay no man's rent.
You got that money? Go ahead and throw him a couple of hundos, Kelly. You got it.
If you broke, just say that.
It's giving.
Ricardo's trying to get his rent paid.
Say
Bro.
that.
Trying to marry me and pay my rent? What?
Look here, man.
Paying
Jason,
that rent, and you gonna walk in there, he clapping somebody else's cheeks off the rent you didn't pay. That's a
Yeah,
wild,
but it's a red flag to me is if you lose your job and the next month you can't pay your rent. Your leadership is trash because you should have at least 3 or 4 months worth of savings to cover your bills. I'm sorry.
I mean, how you gonna save and save up for?
So.
Yeah, no, I agree, and not too many people save, and that's where we go wrong at. Jason C with the 10-piece, he say, you have to know that men don't get grace. We are used to persevering and taking pride in enduring hardship and thriving. So when grace is given to us, it stands out more. That's a fact. That's a fact. Men go into relationships expecting the worst. We go into most situations. Well, I don't want to say expecting the worst. Prepare for the worst. Bracing for the worst.
Planning for it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what he's saying is right. We don't expect grace from women. Shit, we don't give ourselves grace if we're gonna be all the way honest here. So yeah, man, boys be trying to get back on their grind. That's why I can't understand a dude that loses his job and he's just chilling, like with no income coming in at all. Now, if you got other means, that's a different conversation. But no income at all and just be comfortable for months, that is insane to me.
Just bust down your 401k.
Hell no. Hell no. Lucky Marie in the building. What up? She say support. Man, you guys hit 100K by December.
We hitting that in 12 days, less than that.
Before that,
10 days.
Yeah, y'all hitting 100K soon.
Yeah,
I don't know what they talking about December.
Look here, man. Shout out to all of the Crusaders, man. It's showing us a lot of love. Welcome to Crew Season. This is Crew Season, man. Make sure that y'all liking the stream if y'all hadn't liked it already. But yeah, man, we definitely we definitely planning to hit that 100K a lot sooner in December. That's a fact. Crate Talk with the 2-piece. He says, Trill AC, what is your profession? I am an oil and gas accountant. That's what I am. And
I thought you were gonna do the 300 thing. Thought you were gonna do the 300 thing. You never seen 300?
Oh, you talking about this is Sparta? You talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nah. But yeah, I'm a accountant by day, podcaster by night, man. It just depends on the time of day. Honest Citizen in the building says, panel, do arranged marriages lead to better outcomes? The feminist concept of love is based on vibes that are transitory, not principle-based love. Damn, y'all want to take that? Do y'all feel like arranged marriages lead to better results?
Yeah, it's proven. Their marriage rates are higher. Like divorce.
I would say it would lead to like people staying together. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're happy in their relationship. They just don't have a they don't really have an out if they wanted it because it's frowned upon. But I would say, like, I would have trusted my father to pick a man for me because your parents, they know you very well and they have your best interests. So they're gonna pick somebody that they feel is gonna take care of you, provide for you, look out for you. And I think a father wants a man that he feels is safe to pass his daughter to. Like everything that he poured into her, he can pass to this guy, and he feels like he's going to take care of her just as well as he did. So I would trust my father to pick a man for me.
I'll say what I said last night on my panel that I was having is that I don't make the best decisions. I go off of my heart.
Oh, really? No.
I don't make the best decisions. And I understand that. And I live with them, and that's fine. I take accountability in that. But if I did have an opportunity and a community of people in my family that I trust to choose a husband for me, I would have loved that, because I probably wouldn't be in the situation I am in now.
It works. It works definitely, right? But you got to think, in the places that it does work and where it's enforced, those ladies are set with a different type of value system, what to look for in a man.
Right. And I wasn't given none of those. I wasn't raised to be a wife, nor was I given the skills and what to look for in a man.
Right. So again, marriage is about duty, right? Hopefully you can marry somebody that you vibe with. That's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? Right. But at the end of the day, when your skin starts sagging and your knees start squeaking, it's about y'all taking care of each other. That's duty. Not poopy, but duty. And it's your job. And it should be an honor.
But if you don't know what that
looks like,
you know.
All right, we're gonna move
That's
on.
why I compare it. Sorry.
Oh no! All right, let me just finish this, and we're gonna go right to you. Get on the Can I Get Some podcast. We appreciate you, bro, with the 20 piece. Fact, bro. Say for most men, feeling like your woman is your best friend is something that has to be learned. Historically, as boys, we are not encouraged to have female best friends, and that can carry into young adulthood. Yeah, that is a fact, and that's part of the reason why I don't have female friends either. To be honest, like in terms of like again, we not programmed to, especially if she's like attractive. Like for her to be our friend, she has to be damn near like she has to be unattractive to us. Typically, most men. Now I feel like there are some men who can separate the two, and it's like, okay, yeah, man, I got a homegirl, she attractive. We ain't never tried nothing ever. I would never try nothing, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like that's most cases. I feel like even in those friendships, something was tried. She might have curved, or he might have curved, but something was tried at one point, and then we just settled into this friendship. But I don't think most men can run into an attractive woman and just think, you know what, man, that's gonna be the homie. I'm not gonna try nothing at all ever. For 40 years, we're gonna be best friends. We gonna die together. We talking every single day. You know what I'm saying? Hey girl, did you see Housewives? Yeah, I seen it. Damn, that Nene is a damn fool. I seen it. That type of shit. No, that's not happening. From a heterosexual male, most times that ain't happening. He gonna try to smash at least once. It may not be early, because just like we speak about all the time, men have marine sniper patience when it comes to trying to get that ass. And I done seen dudes wait 10 years, 15 years, catch you in a down moment and be like, hey, yeah, well, you ever thought about us? Or, hey, pull up. Y'all watching TV, try to throw the arm over the shoulder, try to, you know what I mean, insinuate that he trying to get that ass. This motherfucker ain't tried nothing in 15 years. Now she befuddled. Oh, my God, I can't believe. Look here, for all the young chicks in the chat, let me get a cheat sheet. Most men, 95, 98%, want it, that they have intentions of having sex, but they'll settle for the friend zone if you curve. That's how it typically goes. So that's just my take on that. Nurse Fancy in the building. She says no for no reason. Good night, Nurse Fancy. We appreciate you, man.
Nurse
She
Fancy?
was
What's
cool as
happening?
hell out there.
What's
And
happening, Nurse Fancy?
yeah, for sure, man. Nurse Fancy was cool as hell out there in Atlanta.
Nurse Fancy, I have some footage I gotta send you.
Yeah. Dusto. Oh wait, Scamp. Oh, that is Dusto. Dusto in the building with the 5-piece. What up, G? Yeah, Dusto was cool as hell too, man. We linked up with him in Atlanta as well. I think that's everybody for now.
You got a new pulled up. If you want to scroll.
Shit. Okay, my bad. The kitchen with the 20-piece. We appreciate you showing the channel support, man. We appreciate y'all, man.
Can I add to what Trill said about the friend thing?
Mm-hmm.
I grew up being friends with guys, and I didn't know that they wanted something from me. I just had a lot of guy friends. I had actually more guy friends in college until it got awkward. Until I was like, "Oh, y'all come over and hang out," and it's like, "Okay, this is weird." I need some friends like that are girls. So it was actually a situation where I invited a guy friend out to eat, and I invited another guy friend out to eat, and he didn't know the other guy friend wasn't coming. So it was awkward because he was sitting there the whole time and he thought it was going to be a date. So then that's when I realized, okay, no more with the guy friends. I don't know why. I just hung out with guys more. I just connected with them more than the girls at that time. But I have my girlfriends now. So
Because women can be catty sometimes.
Yeah, they can be catty, especially when I was like younger, like in college. Like it was just the guys were more cool. They ain't try nothing with me. Like it was just all cool.
But you
But
invited
they
a guy
wanted to-
out and then told another guy
Yeah.
and didn't tell neither one.
Well, I thought they knew. I mean, why would he think there was a date?
Thought they knew what though?
They thought it was a date until they saw the other dudes there and they was confused.
But did you tell them that somebody else was coming?
I thought I did, but maybe I don't know. I thought I did.
Who paid for your meal? You paid for their meal?
I
Oh, okay,
paid
that's good.
for guys there. I made it very clear, y'all my friends. I'm not gonna let you pay for my stuff.
Good.
I've invited 2 different guys to church at the same time.
Where did you have them seated? Like one in the back, one on the first
One
row,
was
like
here, and one was here.
next to you?
Yeah.
Bro, you
Wait.
Go ahead, bring him to Jesus.
Pimping in the name of the Lord.
Right, in the name of the Lord.
Church.
Lord.
Wait a minute. Were these heterosexual men?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was church.
That is insane. I'd acted a fool in front of God if you
Yeah,
had me up in there.
the guys.
Kelly, you was wilding in the church.
It was church.
At least it was church. Mine was the dorm room. It was awkward. It was really awkward. And they said it was awkward. They were like, this is kind of awkward. We're just kind of standing here. And I don't know this dude. But I was naive. I was just like, oh, everybody just hang out.
It was church. My father was the pastor. I mean, it was church.
It was church.
What were they going to do?
Fight in front of the pastor because somebody felt like they was a little more advanced in the process of getting past graduating from this friend zone and being your man. And then you got me in church sitting next to a nigga with the collection plate rolling around. I'm already mad.
Crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Nah, man. That shit would have been a misunderstanding in there. Book of Ronan back again. He say, what neighboring university offers femininity, literacy, and thought inflation courses that honor Sleaze U credits? Hey, shout out to Sleaze U, man. Everybody at Sleazeball University tapped in, man. Classes start next week, man. Make sure that y'all are on time. You hear me? We are pulling back financial aid if y'all motherfuckers is late. Shout out to Dub Will in the building. Says arranged marriages only work in cultures that cultivate marriage and family. Western culture is anti-marriage and family. Damn.
Are you married, Dub Will?
Factual.
All right. Oh, one more, man. Brolic Sean in the building with the 5P says salute to crew season. Appreciate you, bro. Salute to you.
What's happening?
For sure. All right. That brings me to my last question of the day. We were speaking about, oftentimes when you meet somebody before they are the person that you would like them to be, especially, and this question is in regards to men. And this is the first one's for the ladies, and then I'm gonna ask the fellas a follow-up question after. But to the ladies, like, are you willing, or has there ever been a time that you was willing to wait on a man to be quote unquote ready to be with you?
I was younger.
I can't remember. No, I got impatient. I left.
I have.
So I have as well, and I'm going to tell you why I'm never doing it again. If he is not displaying the behaviors to like get it together, girl, run. Like, bye. Because a man has to motivate himself. He has to be the main one, like behind the plan and working on the plan and letting you know what it is. And if he's not, I just think that, you really don't know where it's going, and you're really putting yourself in a big risk for like wasting time, So I would say, unless you're very, very young, or unless it's like an interim thing with him and he's older and he has the plan, he's working the plan, and you can see the actions of that, you can see like the operational of that. That's it. Other than that, no, baby, don't wait.
So I was younger, and it was with my son's father, and it was because we had a child together, and I wanted it to work. So I was willing to give him grace and give him time to grow and do all the things he said he was going to do, so we could be a family, because that's what I wanted. But that relationship, I stayed too long, and it ended up breaking me as a human being, and I was damaged, and I had to, like, it took me 4 years before I could date somebody else after that. So it was just a lot of wasted time on my part on the aftermath versus just realizing, okay, this isn't going to work. We should be better as friends and just co-parent. So I don't do that anymore.
Same.
Okay, Miss Queen Sheba, if you were giving a young lady advice, she ran into a guy, solid guy. You know what I'm saying? He may be in college, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, but street still got a hold of him. He's not really ready. But I mean, when he with her, he treats her well, respectful, gentleman, all of that. Would you advise her to wait until he's ready? Talking about like a young girl.
Man, that's a really good question. You can't compete with the streets.
Okay.
That's
That should be on a shirt.
because I mean, and you said he's solid, but the streets is calling him. Most of the time, he's going to answer that calling. If I'm mentoring a younger girl in her 20s, and most young girls in their 20s, they're pretty solid with their fixated mindset, but they're not solid, if that makes any sense. It's very hard to talk them out of what they want to do. But what I will advise her is, if you're going to wait, keep moving while you're waiting. Right? So that when he is ready, he needs to catch up. You weren't standing still. He needs to run and catch up. Keep dating. Keep exposing yourself to opportunity. Keeping him in mind, but you still moving. If you choose to wait. But overall, no.
That is a bar. Real quick before we continue, man. Shout out to Malevolent Elephant with the 100
Elephant.
piece in the building, man. That is family right there, man. Salute to bro was in Atlanta. Turning up with us, man. Always, you know what I'm saying, a solid dude, man. We definitely appreciate you, bro.
And me always coming through with the come through.
That's a fact. Always talk about we spoke about rich men earlier. Bro is one of them. That's a fact. But yeah, so yeah, I would agree with Queen's assessment. Ladies, I'm interested in hearing y'all answer to that one too. If y'all are advising a young girl that's in her early 20s, she run into a dude who's, again, solid dude. And we all know, like, it's some people we ran into that's solid. You know what I'm saying? He's great to her, sex good, treats her well, respectful, all of that. But the street still calling him a little bit. Would y'all advise him or her to wait until he's ready?
I would have to agree with Queen. I could say definitely, still kick it with him, but I wouldn't put all my eggs in that basket. Keep him around, be cool, whatever that looks like for you. But I definitely wouldn't say stop your options.
If I was mentoring her, I would tell her to stop sleeping with him, for one, and take the advice of being his friend, because if he's in the streets, he could possibly bring you something back from the streets. And now that friend, you can't even be friends with that person no more, because now he did something to you. So, and then you could be waiting and waiting and waiting. And I've seen women wait and they weren't the one that got chosen. So now you bitter and mad because he was weighing his options in the street, ran across a woman that he really wanted to be with, left the streets because she was worth it. I feel like if you're in your 20s and if you're worth it, that man's going to stop being in the streets, or he's gonna make an effort, or he's gonna at least be your friend. He's not gonna sleep with you. He's not gonna keep messing with you in that way, leading your feelings on, knowing that you're hurting, knowing that you're hearing about other women and he's out in the street. Because if he's messing with you like that, he expects you also to not mess with other men. It is a double standard. A lot of men, if they really like the girl, but they in the streets, they still gonna want the girl to be loyal to them. They do. And then as soon as they find out you messing with, oh, you ain't no ride or die. You ain't hold it down. You ain't hold it down. And it's like, it's a double standard there. So I would advise her to stop sleeping with him and weigh out her other options, keep him as a friend, but you're going to have to put him in the friend zone because it's not going to work.
I don't believe in waiting for a man. I think if a man is serious about you, he makes his intentions crystal clear. So what are you waiting for?
He's waiting to get his shit together.
Well, why is a woman waiting? I'm just gonna
exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know, spin the block
here.
when you get your bag.
That's selfish.
If I'm
That's a
still
selfish
here,
man.
if I'm still here, cool. You know, if I'm not here when you spin the block, then I'm just not here.
That's just a selfish man that he knows that you're a good woman and he's not ready to choose you, and goes against what men say, that a man with purpose, like with a plan, and you agree that a man should have a plan and purpose in life and working towards. So that will be a contradiction if you want a woman to accept that. So,
Okay. Kenny, you had you made a face when you said this. No woman should be willing to wait on any man. Did you take issue with that at all?
A woman waiting on a man to finish the streets and whole phase? Hell no, you don't wait on no man to finish that. You get away from that quick and fast. You put yourself in a chance to deal with a whole lot of pain or deal with something that's don't even put nobody in the friend zone that's openly telling you that they're there for the streets. Because if you are physically and that attracted to that man, you are vulnerable to make a bad decision. It only takes one time for that to happen, rather than just leaving that whole situation and going on about your life and finding somebody who is looking for the same thing that you're looking for. There's the fact that you can find more than one. There's no just one person for you. I think there's multiple people in this life for you. So I think you just got to find the right one at the right time to be there for you. But waiting on a man to finish his friend zone, I mean, his whole phase is just a plan for disaster.
I agree. I had a situation, a couple situations really. One, I met this chick. We started out as friends, studying together. Sometimes she come over to my place. Sometimes we just kick it before school, and it was just genuine. It was casual. And then one day, we started having like more in-depth conversations. And then I kind of asked like, "Hey, what you think about us kind of dating or whatever?" And she was like, "Well, I would, but I'm I think I'm about to break up with my boyfriend because he's going to school across the country and he leaves in August." And this was like March. And I was like, nah, I'm good on it. Like, I get what you're coming from and you kind of want to close that chapter out your life. But I'm like, that's just not where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I had another situation where, me and the ex had broke up and we was like, we think we're good for each other because the chemistry is cool, but right now is a bad time. So let's revisit this and see how it looks in a few years. So we would keep in contact. She would kind of hit me up whenever she was having relationship issues, trying to, hey, can you help me through this or that? Or, whenever you was dating me, this you would tell me, and he kind of saying the same thing. So can you tell me a different way of what he's trying to say, or, things like that. And, eventually that situation didn't work out, but we were trying to, I guess you could say, fix the situation within itself, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? Some things work and just some things just don't. You try to hold on to things because you spent time together and you try to reminisce. So you try to hold on to those good times when shit, if they're not right for you, they're just not right for you.
That's a fact, Ricky. If you advising a young girl, same scenario, would you tell her to get that man a little bit of grace, or how would you tell her to move in that situation?
It's all dependent. It's all dependent, right? If I'm giving advice, the worst advice is advice first and foremost, right? But if I am giving advice, it's all dependent where she at in that relationship. Are they already in it? You see what I mean? What's been the outcomes of what y'all went through, and what results are you looking for? Right? But now if you brand new walking into it, nah, shawty, nah, don't do it. Don't you do it. Nah. Why invest time in something when you don't know what it's going to be? Or you don't even have an idea. None of us really know what it's going to be till you get to the end of it, right? Let's be honest, right? But you have an expectation, and those expectations that you have, there's you looking in the looking glass, what he telling you, what he's showing you, it's nowhere in sight. What's the point? What's the point? Get out there and get with and look for the one. And again, hopefully you move in with intentions, right? You move in and looking to get to a specific result, a specific goal, right? And get the one that's for you, right? But why? Why put yourself on hold? Why? For something that's not even, you ain't even had the chance, it ain't even had the chance to be proven yet. You see what I'm saying? That's just me though.
Yeah, I would agree, man. I think it all depends on, again, like how close he is to retiring. Because the thing is, every man is at different levels of the game, right? Just because he in the game don't mean he knee deep in it, right? There's some dudes that's on the tail end of the game, and he done been getting women for a long time. So that type of situation is not necessarily new to him. But then you also have a dude that's at that same age, 20, 21. You know, he ain't never really got women like that. But he done got to college and he done joined a frat. So he done got to college and he done started making some money. You know, upgraded his dress, got a nice little whip, different things of that nature. So now he getting a whole different array of women that's ever been available to him. That you run into a dude who's just hitting that, run for dear life. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a dude who's on the tail end of it, in terms of like that, none of that shit is new to him, and you see him making strides to figure out how to navigate in this relationship world. Because I mean, it's gonna be a transition, bro, and that's another thing in terms of the grace that we spoke about earlier, and the whole ride or die situation is the fact of understanding that, especially for men. I think for women too, but we talk about men. It's gonna be a transition for that man to go from being in the streets to being in a committed relationship and being the man that you need him to be. That's not a snap of your fingers and boom, he's there type of thing. Because again, he's going against programming. We speak about programming all the time. He's been programmed to be in the streets. That's where he finds his value at from a young age all the way to now. Like that he got his rep. Oh yeah, bro get all the hoes, man. Bro do oh yeah, da da da. He did see that, da da da. He was with this one, he was with that one. You know,
he's gonna have to come find me because I'm not waiting.
Cool. But and to be honest, that he will after he's done with the streets. And that's the thing. So but again, it's about how close he is to being done with it. Like what, and that's why vetting is so important. Like finding out how somebody grew up, finding out somebody upbringing. Like what was their status? You know what I'm saying? Or is this attention shit new to them, or are they used to getting it? Because those people are gonna move in totally different ways. You know what I'm saying? So but again, if you see potential in them, I ain't the type of dude to advise somebody to gamble on potential. I'm not, and I would agree with B. Taylor in the fact of, okay, we can't be in a relationship right now, but let's just be honest here. If you really like the dude, even if you're not with him, you still gonna be checking in, to make sure, see what's going on, type of shit. Even if you are dating other people, because that's who you really want to be with, but you just know he's not ready. So I would, try to take yourself out of the line of fire as much as possible in terms of like being in a relationship while he's doing that. But if you see, a solid dude in him, like I don't think there's nothing wrong with backing up, giving him that grace, and then when you feel like you're ready, coming back around and making this shit happen. But I mean, it's complicated territory. It's no way around it, especially that young. I feel like most men that young are not going to be the man that you need him to be. He's just not. From a financial perspective, from a maturity perspective, from an understanding how to navigate within relationships perspective, learning to understand that like there's actually value in me telling this fine ass woman no, that I don't want to have sex with her just because she's throwing it in my lap. Like it takes men a lot of time to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So again, grace is necessary, but don't sacrifice your morals and your integrity waiting on a man to do that. And that's what I mean by taking a step back. Okay, you could be in the streets, but you're not about to drag me through the fucking mud in the process of it. People know me as your girl, and then they see you out here doing what you're doing. Nah, we can be friends, and you do what you do, and then when you're done, we'll come back around and we'll make it work. If I hadn't found no better option, so
it's a fact,
right? If I'm available still.
Yep.
And if we gonna keep it real, it's a lot of men with stories. of, okay, I finally got done with the streets. I'm ready to come back with the woman that I know that I wanted to be with long term. And now
getting
she got a
engaged.
kid with somebody else. Or now
Yeah,
she engaged to somebody else. And that's it.
it hurt.
Devastating.
It's hurt.
Devastating.
But B Taylor, you about to say about what age
Yeah.
are men ready?
What age? Like, you know, do we
I,
not?
Everybody different.
yeah, I don't think it's an age thing. Going back to what I said, I think it's an experience thing. Like you got to find out what that man experience is, because you literally got some dudes, right? Let's just keep it real. Some dudes don't even start getting money until they 32, 35. So it's like, again, the options that was available to him when he was broke look nothing like the options that are available to him when he got money. Right. So you got to be aware of where he is in that journey, man.
So
Most dudes, I'm talking about most dudes.
Men have to go through a whole phase. So if this man is 35 and now get money, is that now his opportunity to go through his whole phase?
Not a whole phase, but he just have to experience different types of women, because that's a whole nother level of a woman that you're dealing with.
Yeah, and again, I see y'all face, but what he means by that is a whole phase, meaning, okay, I'm about to go out here and snipe everything, gun everything down, running that's attractive. What O's saying is he has to get to that level. Okay, now I have new options available to me in terms of quality of looks. Let me hit a couple of them, 1, 2, just so I can see for myself that they just like the other ones for real. We're gonna keep it honest in terms of the sex. That's just what it is. But I think until he learns that, he gonna always be curious. So if you get him at that peak level, right, like before you get that money, or right when you get that money, he gonna be curious to go see what those women is like.
And that right there, Trill, is why a lot of women don't want to date men who are not complete or not, because they're like, well, if you are not complete, right? And you a man that's still trying to get it, you struggling a little bit, you're the come up woman. A lot of women don't want to be the come up women because men settle for what they can get at the time.
Facts.
But when he's with you, so then when he start getting money and he's getting better bitches and women, and his tens coming his way, guess who's getting left in the dust? So you like, I might as well get a man that's at least I'm the person that he actually wants to be with, and not he's with because that's the best that he can do.
I think,
but at the same time, wait a minute, because this cannot be unsaid.
Go ahead.
You do not want to be a man's first bad one. You don't.
First what?
His first bad
woman.
You do not want to be his first in that aspect, because again, he's not used to it. So it's gonna be an insecurity there. It's gonna be a like he on your heels type of shit, because he's new to
who
it.
you with, why you gotta be places, why you gotta be doing stuff without me, like, bruh.
Right, because he's used to a woman that's just willing to bend and move at his beck and call, right? But when you run into a bad chick, like, she gets attention. And let's just be honest here, most dudes are not comfortable with the idea of men like being super attracted to their woman, gawking at her in the comments, talking wild, all type of shit, like looking at her away when she in public, that type of shit. So it's like, you don't want to be the first one that he runs into that way. You want to be like third or fourth. And that's why I say,
I don't want to be the come up woman that gets shitted on and he's
yeah.
And then you find out, especially as a Black woman, I think it's more insulting that you get with a guy and you find out his real preference is the complete opposite of what the fuck you look like. That's more insulting. And I think that's a lot of Black women's fear. They see all these men get up in Hollywood, or they get up to a certain, stature in life, and they go for exotic looking women. And you're like, well, did he even like Black
I'm
women?
exotic looking. I don't want to hear that bullshit about exotic looking.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm exotic.
What society deems as
exotic. I'm exotic.
I think it's more accessibility than preference at that point. When you reach a certain income level and you start rubbing elbows, like they say, with certain circles. So now I have access to shit. Think about a car, right? And you go buy a car. They're going to show, based on how they run your credit and what your score is, this is what you qualify for based on your credit score, right? And they're going to give you basic, but you looking for leather seats, sunroof, shit. I want the navigation. I want this and that, but you don't qualify that. You don't qualify for that. Once he's able to qualify for the upgrade, he want that sunroof. He want to feel that leather on his skin. He wants shit that he probably don't even know how to operate and use, but he want it because he has access to it. Does that make sense? It doesn't mean I'm going to use it, but I need to be able to talk about it. I need to be able to have my boys in the car and be like, check this out. Oh, you know, check this out, whatever. But to me, it's more accessibility than preference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I
But it's
don't
different if
disagree at
you
that
know
at
you
all.
know you're a quality person. That's like walking into the dealership with cash and you tell them what you want. You don't have to have them run your credit. You're like, this is what I want, and this is how much I want to pay for it. That one.
Facts. Cash is king. You definitely can negotiate a better deal with the cash.
And my response was based on B. Taylor's question is, when you start off as the first girl to help him build, that's the credit score, right?
Yeah.
But when he can
Not
walk
doing that again, never.
No woman wants to do that. No woman wants to do that. That's why
We did it, sis.
Yeah.
We did it. It's over for
other
y'all.
women are teaching
Never
other
again.
women to not be the come up woman, because it doesn't
Never, ever, ever.
I mean, that's easy to fix though, because like I said before, right? That man at a minimum gonna have his basics together. At a minimum, right? I don't see why I don't see why a woman would date a man who don't at least have his basics. That's charity.
For sure.
That's charity. You know what I'm saying? That man, that's like when y'all talk about the money. You will never know how much money y'all make. It's not your concern. You see what I'm saying? You could tell by the way I move out in these streets if my money right.
That's true. Well,
I don't know. Some people are very, very excited with their credit cards.
Yeah, I'm about to say
that,
some
and they don't know how to maintain it, and they have low credit scores because they're running up shit and getting loans.
Because they're living above their means instead of working for stuff over time. They have the credit so they can get it all now because there's afterpay and there is every single platform for you to get something now and pay for it later. So people succumb to that.
Yeah, I would agree.
But y'all do break the rules for a guy y'all really like though.
I know, you gotta stop doing that though. You can't do that.
Hell yeah, and that's why I tell dudes, man, like you don't want to be everybody else. What I mean by that is women have two sets of rules. They got a set of rules for the man that they like, and they got a set of rules for everybody else. You don't want to be everybody else. You want to be the exception to that. So that's a fact. But okay, I know I said last question of the night last time, but I lied. I got one more question before we get up out of here.
We're going 4 hours?
Right. No.
Just
three tops.
3 hours and 45 minutes.
But it still ain't 4. But that's another conversation for another day. What up? Okay, so my question is this though, in terms of tying it back to the ride or die theme. And fellas, I want to start with y'all first on this one. What does a man being ready looks like? Because like a lot of women ask us this, right? Like, how do I know when he's ready, when he's actually ready to take me serious? Like, what does a man being ready look like to y'all?
To me or to a woman?
No. To you.
Oh, to me, it's like I got my basics in order. You know what I mean? I plan out instead of planning today. Right. And it shows, again, this is why I say y'all got to be friends, right? Because you got to spend time with that dude to see how he moves in real life. You know what I mean? Like everybody, y'all know how I feel about it. Look both ways, unengage the safety, and watch your lane. Stay in your lane. You know what I mean? But you should be able to tell if you a smart woman and you paying attention, right? And y'all moving intentionally, you will be able to look at that man and see what's going on. Right? The problem is when y'all see it, y'all be lying to yourselves, saying it's not what it is or it's something that it ain't. Right? But real work is real work. You can see it, right? The first time, and I don't do cars because like I told y'all before, it's not who can get a Benz, it's who can keep a Benz. You know what I mean? But you
and
see
the maintenance.
Right? But you see it, you will see that man progressing, right? You will see him progressing gradually, whether fast, if you know he's got a plan and it's hitting, or at a minimum, he's moving towards something on a monthly, weekly, yearly basis. He has a plan. But like I said, yeah, a lot of times y'all don't even put in that work because the guys y'all are attracted to, y'all give it up so quick, and then at that point your judgment skewed, and then at that point it's like, what we working for? Nothing. The sex is done, nothing else to move past.
So I have a
You know what I
question.
mean?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you cool? You good, Kayla? I'm sorry.
So I have a question, and it's a little bit different than what Kelly was asking before. But how is it that we can become attracted to the guys that are good?
The same way.
What do we need to do? Like, is there something I can drink? Like,
Nope. The same way.
What do we need to do to like
the
make
same
them look
way.
good to me and like make the vibe work and like make like what do I have to like? What do I do? How do we do this?
I think
You
there's a
have to have the
potion
qualities that
made
men
on
look.
Shrek.
You can't.
There's men that look for certain qualities, and you will have to have the qualities that man is looking, not fake it, because eventually you're gonna fail. You have to be you.
You can't. You're either attracted to him or you're not. That's like just a natural feeling.
But
Like,
what if he really
you
wants
can't
to
really
be?
force it.
No,
He
you
really
you
wants
can't.
to be.
No, that's
Like
bullshit.
If you gotta
there's
work
a
that hard, if you gotta work
every
that
man
hard,
on this
it's not
panel in
attractive.
chat wants you, that's for sure.
You
But
change
who is
what
willing
you're
to do that?
attracted to. You change what you're attracted to.
And I'm asking how.
So can I
you
say
have to.
something? Because there was a gentleman on B. Taylor's show yesterday evening, and he was like, "Yeah, like if I came up to you and I tried to approach you like the it girl, I feel like you would turn me down." And B. Taylor asked him, well, why are you, if you consider yourself like an average gentleman, why are you trying to go after women that look like Kelly? Like, why don't you go for the average women that are like the same? And then he was just like, well, if I'm attracted to you, like I'm gonna shoot my shot. And then she's like, well, what's wrong with dating the women that are average, like
that would date
you? And then it was just like he didn't want that. So the question for her show last night was, why do good girls get passed over, but the guys that I feel like are even keel with them don't even look at them? Or
They want the it girl. They want the girl that's hard to get. They want the girl that everybody's after. And they don't want to look at the girl that's next to them working in tech. They don't want to look at the girl that's in their church. They don't want to look at the girl that's within their community or that look like them. Maybe maybe not that attractive, but you're not that attractive. So why don't you go for somebody like that instead of trying to force a woman to be with you because you're a good man?
Don't say force, because can't nobody force.
But that's why I'm asking. You can't force it. So there's something that I have to be able to do, drink or something that can like make me see that kind of guy with all those great qualities. Like see him.
You have to.
Like,
you have to change what.
But I'm saying
pretty much you attract what you
are.
are.
Like, oh, you're gonna
I want to know because there are some good guys pursuing me, and they are just.
I don't agree. I don't agree
their
that you
soul.
attract what you are.
I want to be attracted to them.
I don't think you attract what you are. I think if you're attractive, you'll attract anybody.
That's true.
But that doesn't mean that everybody's good. That's why I'm saying you attract what you are.
That's everyone.
That's what I'm saying. Why are all the good ones not attractive?
You attract everyone.
Why is that?
You're like a bum on
the street. What makes them good? What makes them good? Please explain. Because all these men on the internet are
like
calling themselves good guys being passed over, but they're not going for the women that are on the same level as them. But they want women to lower their standards.
So I'll give a good quality. I'll give a good quality. Honesty. Right? There are certain men that just are honest, and then there are your liar fuckboys. Right? That's just how it is. So why aren't the honest, sweet guys like, why aren't they attractive? And like how do we
because he's
how
adorable.
do we make it happen? Like, is
you
there
don't feel
a
like fuckboys are honest?
Is there a course though? Maybe Kelly was right. Like, can y'all start a course?
A class.
And like the course has like how to be interesting,
how to have big dick energy,
how to have good energy,
stroke game right, like
like and like
certified.
Right. How to eat the cat, how to like be dominant, how to
How
have
to
strong
touch a
energy.
woman properly.
I have to say something about the interest though,
Maybe of
because
course.
Awkward.
Can somebody
because
set up a
hold on,
course?
if you're close-minded, like a man, I see 4 men here in the panel, for example. They're not saying anything, and right now, if I am already thinking they're not interested, I am not interested in them. That's why they're not interesting to me. If I put some effort and I start like, okay, say something, and then, oh, okay, based on that, I start asking questions, and then like I am interested on that.
I
It's
disagree.
not,
What?
like, yeah, like what makes you interesting?
But no,
Like,
I'm saying,
no,
I'm saying
I'm
there
making,
could be a guy,
I'm making a
but
point.
but you're telling me,
What makes you interested? If
no,
you
no,
like,
but I'm
this is introspection. Like you look at yourself, like what makes you interesting.
oh,
So
there's quite a bit,
people,
y'all.
either
What I'm
other people
what
will say what makes you interesting because they find you interesting.
no,
Not
but
you are
that's not
saying that you're
even
interesting.
before you get past the interest. There's someone that you can think is not interesting, but is still physically attractive. There are people that you are not interested in, but still can say they are attractive.
So my question would be to
So
you, Caleb,
I don't
is what's the goal? What's the end goal? Is
in
it
terms of like wanting to
What
be
results are you wanting? What
attracted to
results?
more
like
good
with the
guys.
yeah, because you can have a man that you're attracted to and fool around for a couple of months and it's done. But what's your goal at the end? To have an attractive man or to have a good husband?
Both.
Exactly.
I want to be attracted to my
You cannot have
husband.
it all. You cannot have it all.
Fuck
Who
that.
says that? Who says you can't have it
See?
all?
Y'all
I'm not gonna marry
liars.
somebody I'm not attracted
Y'all
to.
liars.
I
Y'all
I
liars,
Here's
bro.
I cannot do
Y'all
it. What are
fucking
y'all
liars,
doing?
bro.
And this
Y'all
is why
wake
these
up
men are
lying,
mad they're
bro.
not getting
Attraction
sex.
isn't
Because y'all don't want to have
love.
sex with
All
them.
right,
Liars.
wait.
That's why they end up at the strip
One
club.
mic.
Y'all need to
Hold on.
stop.
I started a fight. I'm sorry.
No,
Hold
I
on.
think
Wait
I
a
started it.
second.
I'm sorry.
attraction isn't look.
Order.
You could be.
This is
Y'all
one
liars.
person
I
at a
don't think
time. I ain't got
attraction
no
is look.
problem with the. I ain't got no problem with dropping a grenade. But one person at a time. If y'all talking over each other, that shit sounds crazy on the audio. So that's all.
Y'all
You
liars,
want to go
bro.
first, Caleb?
Yeah,
Y'all
all I'm saying is
liars.
that you need to be attracted to your husband. I need a husband that I'm attracted to. I'm not saying he got to
Y'all
be a
liars.
10, but when I see him, I got to want him. You know what I
Look,
mean? Like I got to feel like, yeah.
But I
And
don't
that's
think attraction is
understandable.
looks.
And to be honest, I mean, I like people that like other people like. So if nobody's interested
Hold
in my
on. What that
man,
mean?
I'm
Hold
like,
on now.
Hey, wait a minute.
Go
if
ahead, because we talk about this
nobody
all the
like my
time.
nigga, I'm like, ooh, I don't know.
Really, Caleb?
Wait a
Yes.
wait. No, B Taylor, don't do that. First
Don't
off,
do it.
I want to give first off, I want everybody to be quiet. I want to give her a round of applause for being honest. For being honest, man. We've been saying that for years. For years. Women say, oh, no, it don't matter to me if nobody else like them. As long as I like them, she kept it G. And a lot of women think like that. I would say most. But they don't come out and admit it. So salute to Kayla for that. Now go ahead, B Taylor. What you gonna ask?
When I was younger, yes, I definitely wanted a man that was an alpha male that women would go after. But I dated men that everybody was like, oh, he's the nerdy guy, and it's okay. I have to be attracted to him. You don't gotta be attracted to him. People don't think my man is fine. That's fine, as long as I think he's fine. I'm laying up with him at night, not you. So therefore, I'm good. I don't need to have other people validate my fucking relationship if the man is making me happy. Period. And that comes with maturity.
See, you tried to use nerd as if that could be a thing. I've dated a nerds, and there are fine ass nerds. So this whole nerd thing that has nothing to do with attraction. If he
I'm
ugly,
talking
ugly.
about.
No, you try to make it cute, like if
No.
he's a nerd, like no, if he is ugly,
talking about
he
real.
ugly, baby. He ugly.
About real nerds. I'm not talking about the cute guys that smart and shit like that, and they're kind of quirky. I'm talking about men who can't fucking dress, who
Like,
wear their boots.
so really like Steve
All
Urkel.
of those are fixable. Is he physically
That's
attractive? When
I'm
he
not
takes
gonna
his glasses
teach
off,
I'm not gonna
honey, my mom was a stylist. I can fix you up. I'm not worried about your clothes.
No, I'm
We
not
can
gonna
fix
change
that. This is fixable. But if you're not cute, we can't
if
fix
you
it.
want to wear that, then let
We
him
can't
wear
fix it. If you're ugly, we can't fix it. There's nothing we could do.
But if somebody think my man is ugly, I don't care. As long as I think that he looks good, as long as I'm attracted to him.
But I think
And
you
I
guys
just
are talking
find it
about,
hard to believe that I'm attracted
Kayla,
to somebody
you guys
that
are
other
talking
women
about
aren't.
attraction, like it's all physical. I feel like you can be attracted to their energy. Like a guy doesn't have to be like the most beautiful man in the room.
Right, and that's what I
can
said. He
still
don't
be
gotta be a
super
10, but he
attractive.
still right. He don't gotta be a 10, but he still has to be attractive to like he still gotta be fine. I just feel like you can be fine at a 7. You feel me? But if
So
you're a
nothing
4,
under
baby,
a 6.
My question is,
I want to be a faithful
where
wife.
where
I would
where
never
has
put myself in that position. I would never, ever put myself in that position. It doesn't even make sense. Like, I need to be with someone I'm sexually attracted to. Sorry. Like, not sorry.
Go ahead, Ricky. Go ahead, Ricky.
Kayla.
Y'all liars, bro. I said it once.
Be
and I'll say it
honest. You
again.
got to be with them forever, bro.
Hold on, sis.
And you
Hold
got to
on.
see them
Hold
when you
on.
first
Facts.
get up.
Super facts. Super facts. Y'all, fact. Hey, Fendi, something you can relate to. Fendi facts with a tag on it. You feel me? Right? But how do you fix it? Change what the fuck you attracted to. Right? So which is it? Which is it? Is it big dick energy or it's provide for you?
Well, energy is important. Big dick energy. You that's
I'm
that's
asking the
more
question.
about demeanor.
Ask the question to the ladies in the panel. Like, is it big dick energy or is he a protector? Right? Is it swag? Is it swag or he got your back through whatever? Right? Because again, the thing is, just like you said, Kayla, the men y'all like, other women won't. That means you in competition. That means you're not gonna be the only one.
Right, but men that can really protect for real, Ricky, they have big dick energy. Like most men cannot really protect. Like if it wasn't for the cops and shit like that, I know a nigga that would you be in the ground and he would have your family. Period. You can protect because the country we live in allow you to protect. There's very few people that can really protect. So let's not act like everybody's been in the streets and everybody can really move around like that because you can't. I've seen men been robbed. I've seen men been robbed by other men. You know what I'm saying? Like, so in reality, most men that can actually protect have big dick energy. I don't know any men with little dick energy that's like that like can and like literally very few men. There's like those quirky guys that can do Muay Thai that can probably break your neck. But like the average guy, you know what I'm saying? The average guy like can't even really fight like that for real.
I have a quick question.
Honey,
nobody's going out there fighting. I don't know, or nowadays I don't see that in my country. I'm just trying to like think
just jump
like
off the pier, bro.
who is going out there fighting everybody, protecting.
What is protection to you? What is protection to you?
I have a quick question, real quick.
Shelter.
Because if something happens, I expect my man to protect me, and that could mean
giving me the basic needs. That's protection because they're not fighting lions, and we're not in the cave era no more. That's not the protection that they're talking about.
People get hurt every day. People go missing every day. People are assaulted every day. A lady just got assaulted and passed away in her freaking car outside the front of her house.
Right.
I know y'all feel like it is very safe here. It is. But like worldwide, it's really not safe.
People are
like we're in the bubble, but the world is fucking dangerous. Like protection here is not protection in most countries. It's really not. Like yo, look, man, you think he protects you? He'll get his ass whooped in another. Like
what's big dick energy?
Like I said,
I'm hearing. I need to know that. I'm pretending like I know, just so that I can answer the question. What's big dick energy? Because I only know one dick, but please explain.
They don't even know. They can't even say it.
It's a man who walks around like he got it, like with confidence. A man with exudes confidence. It's not forced. It's natural. He he just know that his balls are big, and he ain't intimidated by no man in the room, and he has women drawn to him. Yeah.
Is that man when you walk into a room?
That sounds
you
like
tell
a
he's
man.
the alpha male. He's the one.
Yeah.
Other men
among the other men, he's the alpha.
Like Ricky.
And other men feel the energy. Nothing even has to be said. It's like,
Wait, hold on.
no problem,
like
bro.
Ricky?
Go ahead, get by.
Like Ricky?
So don't worry, big dog. Go ahead, get by. Like they not even trying to they like, oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And other
Ricky,
men know
Ricky
who the
caught
alpha
that.
is.
I don't know if Ricky caught that. That was praise to him. He's an alpha male.
Ricky's
No,
trying
I'm
to
not.
talk though.
No, I'm not.
But y'all,
I don't subscribe to the alpha man bullshit. That shit is cap. You either a man or you not.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like the
Yes.
stuff that y'all was describing. That's a man. That's it. A man, not a boy, not a male. That's a man. So like a lot of times when y'all say be big dick energy, like that's a solid dude. In my opinion, he carries his weight.
Can I
He
ask
does
you a
what
question?
he's supposed to do.
Can I ask you a question? Let's just say the Atlanta event. When you walk into the room, can you tell who's in charge? Can you feel the energy of the person that is running shit?
No, I didn't look at it that way. When I walk in, I'm at the show for the show. You can't really tell. I mean,
So, okay.
nobody out there just
I'm here
throwing
for
money.
the show. Here's my ticket. Like this is not.
I'm not observing, you know what I'm saying, who got money because I'm comfortable, you know what I'm saying, with myself. So, you know, I was there for a good time. I wasn't looking to see who had the most money in the room or who was
I'm not
carrying
talking about
themselves.
money.
Who's that money? She said power.
I'm just saying, just power,
like
whatever.
energy.
But what I'm saying is there was nobody in the room to me that just stood out like, oh, that's the toughest motherfucker in the room. No, it seemed like it was a bunch of solid dudes in the room.
In a room, not in the world. Still, it's just a room.
No, but they asked me
whatever
specifically
you
about
take
this
it is
event.
always gonna be a bigger one. Always gonna be a bigger one. So you will never be fulfilled because there's always more powerful.
Yeah, but they was asking me about an event that we were just at. So, but regardless, if I'm walking around, I mean, I'm still comfortable. I'm not like seeing, oh yeah, I think that guy is better than me, or that guy better than me, or he could. I don't know. I just look at things differently.
All right, man. We're gonna pay some bills real quick. That was a passionate argument, man. And then we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. I told y'all, man, we wasn't gonna do 4 hours. I know I lied last week, but you know.
They was clocking you in the chat too, Trill. They was about to hit you with that dollar in a little bit, bro.
I know, man. I got y'all, gang. We ain't doing 4. Hold on. Shout out to Doug Woods. He say, I am going on 7 years. Oh, married. I think I asked my piece married.
Yeah, congratulations, Doug.
Yeah, congrats to bro, man. That's big. Booker Ronan back again. Here's my tithes to address the Thought Apnea Rehabilitation Fund. Oh my God.
They taking application.
The kitchen with the 10-piece says, to be honest, someone special brings the grind up out of you. Because of past drama, they've been beat down in life so much that they gave up until he met you. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes a woman is inspiring enough to make you see more in yourself than you did before you met her. That's a fact. Sheldon Ward with the 5-piece salute, family. Ladies, what do you consider a good woman for a man? Just because most times you know what he wants, yet do the opposite. What do you consider a good woman for a man?
That was my panel discussion last night. If you guys want to go and check my video out.
It was a great discussion.
Shameless plug.
I
ain't mad at it. Get it off. Go ahead.
A good woman for a man. I think the basics for sure. In terms of like honesty, integrity, femininity, support, nurturing, like for sure to have all the major parts that are important in being a woman. But when you get down to the details of it for a man, it just depends on the kind of man and like what it is that he needs, and what he wants and what he sees, belief wise. So yeah.
All right, and the ladies want to address that before we move along.
I think men are simple. They only need 5 things to be happy.
You said 5 things? I mean, now you can't throw that number out there without naming the 5 things, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't. You can get my book. It's called Men Are Simple.
We got the
shameless plug.
Shameless plugs in rotation tonight.
Well, while we doing this, make sure y'all watch Ready to Love on Friday at 8:00. Since obviously this is the sponsor hour.
Like this the
Y'all watch
commercial
Ready
part of
to
the show.
Love.
This the commercial part of the show.
I ain't mad at it, man. Go
Make
ahead,
sure
get it
you
Shout out to
tune
Ready
in.
to Love every Friday at 8 Eastern.
Make
I
sure
got you,
you
boo.
tune in.
I'll cover it in a review on my channel. I got you.
Yes, thank y'all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anybody else got anything coming? Y'all want to get out right now? This
Ricky
the
has a boxing
think-
channel.
I just think that men should answer that, because we will always say like what we think that men want, but in reality, it's men that want that. So they are the ones that are supposed to say what they want.
That's true.
Kenny, when you were thinking about a good woman, in terms of like a woman in your life, like how could a woman be a good woman to you specifically right now? Well, not right now, in 2023. I know you said you ain't taking no woman until 2023. So in 2023 January, how can a woman be considered a good woman to you?
Shoot, man. I would say she would have to be understanding, and this is just my preference. I mean, everybody has different preferences. So, say understanding, someone who's chases her dream as well as understands my dream.
Patience.
No conflict. I don't like arguing, and I don't want to say the basic nurturing and caring, all that kind of stuff, because that's just basic stuff. But I say no conflict, chases her dream, and understanding. That'd be my top three.
It's fair.
Men love that word.
What word?
Understanding.
That sound like a shot, Kayla. That sound like a shot.
Understanding.
Because if you don't understand, then you cause
Someone that
conflict.
understands.
That's it. What's
If you
so
don't
hard
understand,
about
then you
that?
cause conflict.
Because y'all comprehension ain't where it need to be is essentially what the fellas is getting at.
I
And
need you
that's
to
another conversation
understand.
for
I
another
need you
day.
to understand me, not think that you understand, or putting me against other dudes that you've been with or whatever, what you seen on the internet, all that stuff. I need you to understand me. I understand that you'd have been through ain't shit niggas, but you ain't never met a dude like me. So understand me, understand the ins and outs, understand what gets on my nerves, understand what I love. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times it's, something like that. Understanding for sure, patience, and be a good listener. I think that's my
Communicate that. Sometimes men don't tend to prefer to communicate verbally. Do you communicate that so that she has a deeper understanding of who you are?
Oh, I do for sure. But it took me time, of course, because like a lot of guys, you initially when you're trying to voice those opinions, it gets shut down or it gets flipped, or it's never really, the issue is never really solved. So it just took one day, after a relationship and learning and growing, I was just like, you know what, from this day forward, I'm putting my foot down. If I can't say what I gotta say and she understands that what I'm saying is not trying to hurt her, it's just the issue that's going on. If we can't get through that, then I can't be with you, plain and simple. So that took a while though, because a lot of men feel like our feelings or emotions just get shut down. Like we don't get heard a lot of times. We, what I'm saying, or called weak or whatever it is, when, certain instances I'm just communicating just like you are.
So let me tell you where the issue that I think a lot of women have. That communication usually comes after you do some fuck shit, right? You do the fuck shit, blah, blah, blah. Baby, this is why I did this. This is how I've been feeling, blah, 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 blah. I need you to understand.
I don't agree.
You could have told me, you could have told me this before. You don't take reactionary behavior and then tell me it's because of this reason, whatever, that you didn't communicate prior. That's the problem.
Because sometimes because we don't want to feel like we're nagging just like y'all are. A lot of times y'all will bring up the smallest things. I didn't wash the dishes this night, or I didn't pick up my sock, or it's something else like men always get picked on, or things that we're not doing. You're not doing this, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, you're not doing this. So if I come in with you with something, if I come at you with something, then it's after all these times, it's like, well, damn, you're not doing what what I'm saying. I didn't did this, and now I'm finally saying something, and now we getting into it. So it's kind of like a war where they don't want to open up because you're gonna shut that shit down, or think you nagging on being a female or whatever, you emotional.
Yeah, but you're not nagging by communicating. I think the way that you communicate, and sometimes things aren't always a conversation, like, or at least in my more successful relationship, like just in the energy that we had, I would know when something's a problem, and not because it was a big deal, but just like kind of in the tone and the way he would say it, like just for example, the dishes thing. It would be something like, babe, I'm not understanding like why there are dishes. And I'm like, okay, no worries. I'll take care of it next time. I'm like, yeah, this guy's sorry not having this. I gotta fix this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the tone is different now than it was before, when it was like, hey, boo, can you do them dishes for me? And now it's like, oh, now that I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think you just have to know your partner. And maybe that comes from like knowing it and the energy being a certain place. But like, I feel like most women, especially if you're taking care of them, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, like they want to fix the issues, so it's not nagging if you have to repeat yourself. You know what I'm saying? I just
So
think
you're saying you don't take his communication serious until he puts it with a sense of urgency.
It's not that I don't take it serious. It's just that I maybe don't prioritize certain things that bother him over other things. And you got to know what things are at the top of that list and what things like aren't, and move accordingly.
So he communicated it, but you didn't prioritize it like you should have.
Yeah, I mean, that happens with people. That happens, like especially something like the dishes. Like I was running around, blah blah blah, da da da. I didn't get to it. I wasn't able to prioritize it that day. And you know what? If this is this is getting to the top of the list of a major issue, then okay, now I need to sit down and figure out where am I going to put this at, and like put more time into making sure that this happens.
But I think that you should adapt to your partner, because especially with most men, they don't usually verbalize a lot of things. So if they are telling you, you should make note that it's something that may bother them in some type of way. I believe in like custom relationships, like not just doing what I want to do because this is what I did with someone else. It's like, what do you like? Like, how do you prefer things? I feel like these need to be conversations that are had. Like I said, I talk a lot because I want to know. I want to know what you want.
I'm usually with someone that talks a lot too, so I don't have to worry about that. Like we talk. Like I can't get with someone that's like, oh, I don't like to say a lot. I don't want to communicate a whole lot. Like the relationship isn't working. Like I like to talk a lot. I want to be with someone that talk a lot. I don't feel like I need to probe you. If I have to probe you about everything you feel, it's just never gonna work. I just need you to be open and just communicative with me. So men that are closed off like that is so difficult. It's like, tell me what's going on. Like, it's so much work.
The problem is us men have to communicate in a way that we don't hurt your feelings.
Right.
So when he first communicated about washing the dishes, he said it softly in a way that maybe you would understand that, hey, you need to wash these dishes. I'm tired of seeing them. Instead, it had to take 2 or 3 times, and his tone had to change with you for you to understand it.
Well, who
And that
has to
becomes a problem
remind?
because he communicated it, but
to
it wasn't in a tone that you liked it at, until it was a tone that you didn't like, and he was like, okay, maybe it's something.
Well, that's a hypothetical situation, but I do think sometimes in life certain things do fall at the wayside. I mean, we're not perfect. I can't act like every single thing of every single ask is gonna make it, especially like we had like 2 dogs and like there was a lot of stuff going on around this house. So I mean, I like I said,
shit happens.
You should have showed
I
great.
guarantee you every single thing I asked you to do, you're not doing. I
am just wondering why
in the damn hamper. Yeah, I come in here again and the drawers are not in the hamper. I've asked you like 3 times, like, and they're still on the side. Like, why can't you just put them in the hamper? So let's not act like we always do everything our spouse asks us to do.
Put them in this lunchbox. You'll learn.
I'll just push him back on the I was just pushing back on the fact that you said we don't communicate until it becomes a big issue, but we do communicate earlier in the future.
It don't be
Earlier, you
important.
just don't understand it. It just don't get put to the top of your priority list, like you said, until we have to go out of our character and speak to you in a tone that we don't want to for you to understand it, and that
But if
becomes
it's
a
a big
problem.
issue, then it should be presented that way the first time. When something's not a big issue, that's why it was playful. It's like whatever, whenever this happens. It's dish, like that was just an example, but it's dishes. But if it's something that's important as baby, this is what I'm not getting sexually in the relationship, that need to be a babe team meeting. Very serious meeting. We need to sit down and talk about this. Like, then there ain't no question on this being top priority. You know what I'm saying? I feel
it's hard having a conversation with a woman and she feels that she's wrong or she's like the bad person when that's not what you even trying to do. Like a lot of times you just expressing yourself and then it's always like her feminine energy or whatever, just her womanhood took a hit because you expressing something a lot of times. And so now it's like World War III because I'm trying to lay with my woman at night. I'm trying to make sure we good. I'm trying not to be ignored for a day. Like, so sometimes men are tiptoe because of that. But my opinion now is just, of course, just say how you want to say it respectfully. As long as I'm not cursing you out, like I'm not going to always tiptoe, like because it has to be addressed. And a lot of times men don't know whether I should be rude about it, whether I should have a calm approach about it, because you're going to get a different reaction every single time. So women got to understand, like if I am voicing myself, just know it's coming from a place of love, a place of care. I just want to fix this issue real quick and move on to the next. I'm not trying to stay here. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel you.
So what
I
I
just
wanted
want to
to
say
say
good
is
night to
that
everyone.
why
Night, Kels.
Night.
why
Night, Kels.
why do people have to like argue about dishes when that's something that why do you need someone to remind you of that, and then you say it's not a priority, but then when it's something related to sex then it's serious and it's a priority, because that's how it sounded to me. And
Well, sex is definitely a priority over dishes.
it
I can
is.
tell
It
you that
is.
much.
I am telling you, I
We
am
can
not getting mad. I'm
we
not
can get people
denying
for
that.
that. We can't
I
get
am not
nobody for the
denying.
sex.
I am not denying
Nobody's
that to
coming
my
up in
man.
here.
We can disagree with something or be mad, but I'm not going to punish myself not getting something. Hey, let's do it, and then we can continue to be mad. That's not a problem.
Of course.
I'll be naked
Of
in bed. You
course.
decide if you want to continue to be mad. That's what it is. But like, why do someone needs to be reminded that the dishes needs to be done?
I mean, that was just an example. There are a number of things that we can mention, just like I mentioned the clothes at the hamper or closing certain things around the house, certain door, like just especially if
yeah, some people just
you live
particular
with a man
about certain things.
and you
I
keep your
don't
house
know.
very
I
tidy
don't. I
like I
really
do.
don't.
You know
I don't know.
my
I guess it's me. I do not see my dad arguing with my stepmom for things like this. I've never seen my grandma and my grandpa arguing for like not picking something.
I don't think it's arguing. I think it's okay. So when you think about, so there's a certain level of when you think about mental health, right? I'm probably going deep. There are certain people that I have to have things a certain way. Clutter breeds discombobulation. Let's start there, right? Some people prefer structure in order to perform well in a relationship, to feel sexy. Let me get the dishes done so that when you come home, you know what, I can focus on you. I'm not busy cooking, cleaning. So I don't view it as arguing. I view it as her asking for what she needs in order for her to be her best for him. That's traditionally our grandmas in the days and back, they had to watch what they said because he was the provider. There was a one income household. He was the end all be all. Her job was to cater to him. And that includes being quiet, accepting, good behavior, bad behavior, and doing whatever you could because he's out there working. But now the world has changed. It's not arguing, it's facilitating a conversation. This is what I need from you. I just wanted to say that. That's it.
Yeah, it's just a conversation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, communications are the utmost importance, man. Let's finish paying these bills and we're gonna wrap this thing. See y'all.
Good
y'all
job.
slick, man.
Good job.
Y'all
Damn.
slick. This how I be getting got. Everybody in
Woo!
the chat, man. You see how this shit go? I planned on getting us up out of here, but you know.
Woo!
3:45 though.
See, look here, man. Booker Ronan back again with the 10-piece says most hope to find that one that will not urge her not to mature into the very woman he needs her to be. Too many Crocs posing as Cinderella glass slippers. Cap Doken. Damn.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know, gang. You're gonna have to provide a bit more context on that one. Sheldon Ward with the 5-piece. Have anyone ever thought that they might be the average chick?
No.
Damn.
Everyone is a dime type
Never.
shit.
Never.
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 Well, there was a time, but I was confused. Not confused anymore. Yeah, there was no. There was a time. There was a time, but I got through that confusion very quickly.
You're never supposed to treat yourself like you're less than, because then you allow people to treat you like that.
Thanks.
That's a fact.
But also
The
be
kitchen.
realistic.
Yeah, nigga, old funny. The kitchen in the building, 10-piece. Ladies, please explain BDE. What we already explained that already in great detail.
We did.
But we definitely appreciate the 10-piece for sure. Back again, another 10-piece. The kitchen. So regardless if the D is small or big, unbelievable. So I'm assuming.
Can you have a BDE with a small piece? Is what he asked.
Yeah. There are men with BDE that are fooling women day and night. It's so sad and disappointing.
Oh my God. All right, last one of the night, man. Honest citizen. Kayla wants a perfect man, and she ain't alone in that. I
He
would
don't gotta
agree.
be perfect, just perfect for me. He don't have to be perfect though. I know he won't be.
Yeah, man. I think just in general, like a lot of women want it both ways. And again, going back to what Ricky said, it's probably my favorite quote he ever said. You cannot have
You
somebody
cannot have it
great
all.
without giving up something. Some gonna be giving up. No way around that.
I can deal with him having bad feet. We can make that happen. We can make that work. Or
We can
him
make
having
that a
bad
thing.
absent sense. We can fix that too. Or even the teeth. We can fix them too.
Right. That's a fact. But on that note, man, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. I appreciate everybody on the panel, man. It's love. Y'all already know we're gonna be back at this thing again next week. We're gonna try to see if we can get these beautiful ladies
Damn,
to
it's
come
1
back, man.
o'clock.
I definitely enjoyed the conversation. And I definitely plan on continue it back again next Wednesday, 9:30. If you have not liked the stream, like the stream on the way out, man. Everybody in the chat, salute to y'all. Crusaders are in the building, man. I'm seeing y'all pulling up in a lot of panels, man. Leaves in the chat, all type of shit. I love it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us. I think we have 88,000 subscribers or something now. So salute to all of the new, subscribers and new Crusaders, man. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the gang. We're gonna continue to grow. 100-piece should be coming in. By my guesstimate, I say about 2 weeks, we should be done crack that 100,000 subscriber mark, and y'all are, to thank for that. So we definitely appreciate y'all. Salute to the Mars, Anime, JC, Tia, everybody, man. I ain't trying to forget nobody. Mike Dub, salute to all of the Mars, man, keeping all of the bullshit at a very, very minimum. We appreciate y'all. And on that note, man, we are gone. See y'all next week.